Picking up the pieces that I lost in the lobby. I put you against the wall, you had us body to body. I can't help the way you make me feel, it's so hard to copy. Let's find common ground, meet me in the lost and found, yeah. Dark days turning into dark nights. I hit the strip and spend it all, I'm having hard times. That reminiscing had me looking through the archives. I seen a picture of you looking like a star shines. And you're bright, 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 like the lights on a fight night, night. Love hit me like a mic, mic, mic. You know I'ma get it right, right, right. So stay with me, run away. Coke. Even though your heart cold, ski slope, I really hope the song bringing me close.
Welcome back, world, here to some South African Apex action. Well, we're only keeping it local for now, but we're about to expand massively. Today, we're going to be continuing with some more EGL1 Apex action as we see the final round of the gold tier taking place tonight. A couple of interesting groups that are going to be competing against each other to see how many points they can rack up in the run-up to the finals week. And of course, we're going to be seeing that action all envelop before you today, brought to you by Evesports. It is powered by HP and powered, of course, by HP Omen. Thank you, everybody, for being here, for joining us. And thank you for joining myself, Snare. And I'm not alone. I'm with a real pro, a real professional. We've got Camceej, Apex Mastermind, the clicker himself. What's up, Uji? How are you feeling about tonight?
Yeah, man, I'm really excited. Thank you for that intro, by the way. Definitely not the pro. I think I'd be in the lobby if I was good enough to be competing with these guys. But yeah, really excited for tonight. I can't wait to see all the action. Obviously, we had tons of fun the past 2 weeks seeing all these teams like fighting it out and battling it out on the battlefield. So I'm keen to see what they get up to this tonight. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens.
I mean, like you just mentioned, we've been at this for the last 2 weeks already. We've gone through some qualifiers. We have been interacting with this particular group stage. We're in the gold tier of it right now in the run up to this final week where there's a lot of money on the line here, Cam. It's not just we're trying to see who's the best in the lobby. There's 70K on the line. The first place team walks away with 25K and places 1 through 8 walk away with some prize money in their pockets. How much of a deal is this for the players? Does this add some pressure for them? Is it playing on your mind that, hey guys, if we screw up this last day, we might not be in the money. Oh my God, we got to focus, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, I definitely think the past 2 weeks, like, it's not something that I was thinking about personally. And maybe as the players, you always have it right at the back of your mind, but it's not something that is like visible for you. But as we end off this gold tier stage, and we're getting more towards the semifinals and the finals, it definitely becomes a much more determining factor because you're like, whoa, we made it to the weekend. Like, we could actually win this thing. We could potentially get some money out of this. Also, teams that not necessarily haven't been picked up yet by an organization, they could be looking for a pickup, for sponsors, for other things like that. So just in general, it's like a huge opportunity for all the players in this, all the teams in this. And yeah, it's a lot of cash.
It's no small amount of money. But of course, to get yourself into that money, you need to be at the upper echelon of playing skill here in Apex. And, you know, one thing that we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks, Cam, when it comes to the games and how they unfold is, you know, there are these certain organizations that we all expected to do extremely well. These are the ones that we thought would go just through the roof, right? The ATKs, your Nibbles, your DNMKs. And although a lot of that has panned out, we've had a fair amount of upsets in a lot of these lobbies, more so than I think many of us expected.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely players that are just coming out from kind of nowhere that we haven't seen. Ez and I remember speaking about in the first ever cast. We were just saying, like, there's a lot of names that we haven't necessarily seen a ton in the community. And they've kind of just made a name for themselves in this tournament and shown that they are a force to be reckoned with and they're ready to do something crazy. On top of that, I'm excited to see, obviously there's an update yesterday. I don't know if you know anything about the legend changes. I don't personally. So I'm keen to see if we see any meta changes in these teams. If there's going to be more cryptos now because you can run around with your heirloom sword, or I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what the teams are going to be running and how these lobbies are going to pan out. Like I said, getting closer to those final stages, we're definitely going to see a lot more competitiveness. I feel like everyone sussed each other out enough, you know. Everyone knows how the other teams are playing. You know, when you load into the lobby and you see your ATKs, your Thomas Moores, your MBNs, the KOAs, you know who those guys are. You know how they play. You know the legends they're running. And you just got to try and get the upper hand on them. So it's going to be really exciting to see what they do tonight.
Such a great point that you bring up there. The fact that there has been a pretty substantial patch that dropped yesterday practically. So a lot of changes have been made within the game itself. And of course, it's interesting to see how those initial wave of changes take place, especially when up until this point, you know, we've been playing to determine the top 40 for tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. And of course, after that, the top 20 over those next 3 days move on into Sunday. Yeah. The fact that we've come up until those points in one particular meta, I'll be honest, I'd say I'd be a bit peeved, Cam, if I'm honest, right? If I'm one of the teams that was expecting to do a little bit better, hasn't been panning out for me, and then a patch drops right now. Maybe I'm gaining momentum, maybe I'm gaining steam, maybe I'm starting to understand the meta a little bit more. You know, I mean, you were mentioning about the playstyle that we've seen a lot of these teams come with. What if just yesterday I'd finally mastered these Valkyrie reloads, and then now today patch drops? Like, damn it, might have to change the entire squad now. This sucks.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not as drastic, I don't think it's as drastic as let's bring Revtane back or anything crazy, because that would be terrible. Just before finals weekend, we just have every single team running Revtane. No, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think we're still going to have our Gibbies, our Valkyries are going to be the main picks, probably some Ashe and Wraith. I mean, those were extremely popular. I wasn't expecting them to be as popular as they were. So yeah, I think meta-wise, I'd love to see a bit of a change-up. I'd like to see people trying new things. You mentioned that maybe those people would be kind of annoyed, or they take it on the other hand and they use it to adapt and they decide, listen, we haven't been doing well. This is our last chance. Let's completely switch it up. Let's run something that we haven't run before, and let's see if it can make a difference and change the way that we're performing in these lobbies, you know? Obviously, it comes a lot down to gun skill, but positioning is also huge, especially in these battle royales. Like, it's probably one of the biggest things. If your IGL can give you good callouts and get you into a really good spot in the final zone, you have a much better chance of winning. So yeah, but again, another huge point, the kill points. I love bringing that up because yeah, some teams, you know them as like the ego runners. They get into the lobby and they're just gunning people down the whole time. They want to get kills. They don't really care what position they make. It's as long as they get the kills, because the kill points obviously count. So again, we could see different play styles in that regard as well. Do the guys drop in and just immediately start rushing people for kills, or they're gonna, because it's so late stage now and it's the crunch time, these teams are the ones that are going to be going through to the top 40. Do they play it really, really safe? Do we see all the teams playing it safe? Do we see those 14, 15 teams with like 2 zones left, final zone, there's like 10, 12 teams and everyone's just going crazy? Gibby ults? I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm excited to find out. Yeah, I'm really excited. So we'll have to see how it goes.
That's something I'm also really looking forward to seeing. And there is that going to be, it depends on where you are at this point in time, right? The teams that are practically in the upper echelon of the top 40, for them, it's not that deep, right? They already have enough points racked up. Things are looking decent enough. They don't have to go for those major kills. They can afford to play it a little bit more safe. But what if you're a team here, Cam? You're on like, you can see that if tonight ends and you don't get, let's say, I don't know, you don't 20 bomb tonight, then for some reason you don't have enough points to qualify, which means that we're just going to be getting a lot more chaos, which is great, which is what we love to see here in EGL Apex. We're not here to see some safe action. We're here to see some blood bathing. And one thing I'm also looking forward to seeing as we are going into the top 40, something that happens in other games, right? Everyone who knows me knows that my background is in Dota, and I can't help but bring it up every now and then. In Dota, there's a thing that people do sometimes. It's not as prevalent as it used to be, but it used to happen where when you're in this crunch point, you sort of reserve strats. You don't try to put forward your best hand. You play it a bit more safe so that the other team doesn't know exactly how you're going to be operating in the game. Because like you mentioned, over the last 2 weeks, everybody's learned how every other squad operates. And we're about to get into the game here, Cam. Does it matter? Does it make sense, right, to maybe sandbag a little bit if you are almost guaranteed to be into the semifinals and potentially into the finals as well?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we do see some Revtanes as a joke from these, like you said, these upper echelon teams that don't really care anymore. Maybe they just throw something, the crazy spanners in the work. We see some Mirage, we see some Caustics in there, because I mean, those are all fun kind of picks that can work. I mean, we've always spoken about Apex Legends. You can kind of mess around with any legend and do semi-decent. And if you're playing as a 3-stack unit, you can make crazy things happen with whichever legend. So maybe they do that. I guess we're going to find out now. We're actually going to be hopping into the game extremely, extremely soon. So yeah, thank you so much everyone that's joining us right now. And this is the gold tier EGL Apex. So excited. Let's see what the teams are picking.
All right, so we're going to have the usuals here so far. Valkyries is out. We got a Bloodbounds. I see a caustic or two, some ashes. So far, nothing too out of left field here. I think you were definitely right when you were talking about it before, that I think it's also, you don't want to put yourself in this position where simply because there have been positive changes made to a different legend, that you rush to play that legend before your team is ready to incorporate those changes. You don't want to put yourself in that awkward space where you're just playing it because it's good, not because you're good with it. So I can definitely respect that everybody's sticking to their guns, sticking to what's hot, sticking to what's good. And now here we go, Cam. We are, before we get into it, give me a prediction. Who wins this first game?
Oh, wow. Okay. Put me on the spot like that.
Yeah.
I see Vinco's in this lobby. So is ATK. The Rejects did really well last time. RTO, the KOA. I mean, I don't know, man. The KOA really looked hot last time. I want to say ATK Esports, but and Vinco. Oh, I don't know. ATK. My money is on ATK for game 1. Just I think they're going to come out firing on all cylinders. But I think it's anybody's game at this point because this lobby is absolutely stacked.
Lobby is insane indeed. And here we go. We're dropping down. Let's see, what are the zones that are going to be controlled primarily? Well, there's a lot of... One thing that I've been finding quite interesting as we've been going on in these weeks here, Cam. Initially, the grouping after the drop was not that spread out. There was sometimes people would be very, very, very keen to get in on some early action. I think due to what you were mentioning earlier, with kill score being part of the point total that you can collect. This time around, though, everybody's spreading out, man. Looks like we know what kind of game we're playing. It's a lot more safe. The prediction you made about 15 squads with the last 2 zones might just come to pass. And here we are. It's, for me, you know what I'm also really looking forward to on this one? I actually want to see whether or not ATK is going to disappoint me. For every time, for some reason, if I'm in the lobby cam, it disappoints me. It just goes south, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't think I have a caster's curse on anybody. I hope, touch wood. You guys have been around the game a lot longer than I have. I know some people say like, oh, whenever this person's casting, it's always going to be bad luck. So yeah, hopefully that's not the case for them tonight. We're going to give them good energy. We want everybody to have fun as well and play. But yeah, I mean, it looks like all the teams are pretty well split up. RTO Gaming just looting up here. We've got a massive and R301 in hand for Jazz. This team also quite underrated in my opinion. RTO with Dodge, Jazz and Limitless. I played a lot with Limitless and Jazz. Very, very good players. So can see something. Never mind, they're not far apart. So the Rejects and RTO Gaming have actually landed both Lava City. They're quite close to each other. Probably just going to be picking off a bit of damage at each other. Maybe farming up those Evo shields. MBN got a really nice setup here right now with the blues and the purples. Just taking some wingman shots downstream. Wow, some nice cracks there. But ooh, someone has a charge right from the enemy team. They should not be peeking that anymore, I don't think. That is not a good idea. Also, the pick I just noticed is Drake is running a caustic right now. So that's pretty interesting. We haven't seen that. I don't know NBN's position right now in terms of the leaderboard, but they're obviously feeling pretty confident going into this game.
Yeah, this might be, I think most of the games, like there's been, I think it might be the 4th or 5th caustic, but I've seen a few of them happen before. There was one team that me and Tender was sort of going back about, and they played this incredible caustic. They just used it to sort of tank and run into a corner, play this more campy side of style. It was really hilarious, honestly. And they just waited until like the last 4 teams. This time around though, we see the Rejects do find themselves in a bit of a bother here. A crack ends up going out in the end. Oh, great shot there. Great crack giving him again. Will he be able to actually get a knockdown though? Get a full kill. Gonna be Hayes getting taken down. Zero Flex finds himself losing out as well. And oh my god, already we have NBN choosing violence in the early stages here, Cam. They've already gotten a full squad eliminated. We're down to 12, and they've gotten themselves some kills over their scores.
Wow, yeah, no, Rejects is not going to be chuffed about that one. I don't think they were actually ready for that fight. They did not want to take that fight. But unfortunately, they've gone down to MBN, and that's some nice KP for MBN at the end. I apologize earlier. RTO Gaming was actually in the middle of Fragment, so they weren't fighting this team. We were just speaking about their players. So they all alone in Fragment, which is pretty good for them. I mean, it's obviously quite a big play to just land frag. And now we're seeing another fight here unfold in Skyhook with early Axis. Big shots coming out for them with Rampage. Axis gonna just decide to dip off there and not continue too much. I mean, at the same time, there's not that many heals available yet. I don't know how much these guys have looted up, but I don't know. Fighting right at the beginning, not always the best idea. But Donut Legends and Early Access want to give us some action. Gibby Shield doing so much work there for the opposing Gibby, managing to keep some longbow shot coming in. Yeah, this is looking pretty intense. Early Access, I think, might want to push on this. If they get that knock, we know that they're going to full send straight. Oh, and just Access, just in the middle of the fight, just doing a quick craft. He needed a better bolt for this fight, so while his team are chilling, he'll do that. Seeing how the snipers picked up as well, which is pretty interesting. Again, sometimes I don't think you have a choice on exactly what you're going to be using. You kind of pick up whatever weapons you find, and that's what you run with for the rest of the game. But Sentinels are a good pick. 2 teams up in Skyhook right now. I don't know if there's another team that might decide to come through and third party this. Again, I don't know why they're being so aggressive, but maybe this is a team that's on the edge and they need this kill points right now. They're actually they're going to surround this building. Oh, but the enemy team's decided to port away. Good job from them. They're going to take the zip and get out.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. Just retreat from the situation. This is not a great place to be. Might still get a crack on the way out. We saw the Wraith getting his shield broken in that situation, but no knock in the air. It's going to be okay. I suppose it's also one of these things where, sometimes you get into the lobby here and you don't want to be in a situation where you're out of practice or you're just feeling a bit cold and rusty. You want to be able to build up the confidence. You can make these shots later into the round as well, even when it becomes more important. You don't want it to be your first conflict when you're down to like zone 3, 4. For now, we are still in the first one. things are being, after the first initial huge amount of fighting that we saw, things have quieted down a bit, although now, right in front of Mayfair, Toast does get a little bit of vision here. Doesn't want to really take the full fight though. Interestingly enough, they're playing with the lifeline. We haven't actually seen that many lifelines overall. We've seen a couple of them in the first few days, especially in the qualifiers, but since then, most people have been favoring repositioning over the heal potential that you gain from this. Talk to us about this, Cam. Why in particular they go for the lifeline instead versus what everybody else is doing, being a bit more aggressive or a bit more focused on the reposition and overall just zone control more broadly?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Lifeline is the best pick in my opinion. This is the first time I've seen it. Thank goodness Toast jumped off that. I'm having mad anxiety right now. This guy is just going straight up the zip, straight at the enemy team. His Valkyrie got shot down to like 2 HP. I don't know if you saw. Anyway, ATK getting in a fight here. But yeah, with the Lifeline pick, not very common. Okay, never mind. Let's turn into the spy right now. ATK getting a crack. Rexy with a massive shots onto someone in the bubble. Daswick has popped his ult as well. They've got 2 down already. There's 1 person left. They're going to surround this Wraith and they're going to finish him off. Are they? They're going to finish him off? Rex, you finish him off? Did they get him?
Yeah,
I don't think they did get him. Okay, nice. And they're going to get the res off. Wow. I was kind of confused there. Well done for them. They get nice 3 KP there. They are going to get pushed out by zone though, so they need to rotate. But it looks like they have a clean rotation into staging. They're going to be happy with that fight, I think. That's some early KP. And now you can just decide to rotate in and then pick your end position, which is great as well. A lot of teams converging onto Fragment right now. RTO actually deciding to rotate out, I see, because the other teams are pushing in. But now there's even more fights going down on the top of Skyhook. This Rampage shot coming in from Donut, and they clean up another squad. I think it was the Mayfair squad that we saw with the lifeline. Hopefully that Donut can get off that medkit quickly.
Well, it doesn't help if you have the lifeline in the team, but the lifeline's the one that's dead, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, this is not going to get you anywhere. And regrettably, we sort of see why we don't often get the lifeline that much. If you're in a situation where you need to sort of pull off heroics to help out the entire squad, it doesn't, not necessarily the legend that can help you do that. And regrettably, they end up getting taken down, and they are in the first group of squads that have been eliminated here in game number 1. Another squad has lost their lives, only 9 left in the entire map. And we're still not in the super scary zone just yet. Although, look at the new placement. This new zone favors ATK so heavily. They just escaped the thermal station into staging. If they continue along their trajectory, they'll be smack bang in the middle of it. And now the pressure is on everybody else to try and make their way back into the zone. And Donut Legends find themselves a little bit outside of it. Provided people can get some decent vision with this area, they should be able to keep them not necessarily out of the mid zone, but at the very least as far away from landslide as humanly possible. Right now, K-Shadow, we don't know what he's rocking weapons-wise, so he might have some long range available there to try and lock folk down, but the cheap play, that's why you pick it. That's why you pick it. Valkyrie, thank you. Call up the Uber, get us the hell up out of here. We're getting back into the ring.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just such a good pick right now. I think when she came out, people weren't really sure, is she meta, is she not? And now in comp play and rank play, she's almost a staple, definitely. I think a staple as like a Wraith or a Gibby would be, because that repositioning is just so huge. It is only zone 1, so I think they were fine. Early Axis actually didn't decide to third party that fight. They let the Donut Legends rotate out. You mentioned ATK. They had the perfect position there. They had a scan as well. Dast is obviously on Bloodhound, but they are not done yet. They are deciding to actually push forward onto where those shots are coming from. They're not going to play the zone safe. It looks like they're ready to move in to find some more action and get some more kill points. Going back to the lifeline play that I wanted to speak about earlier, I think when she used to have a shield, when you could tap res and have a shield, I think then it could be quite a clutch play. Oh my gosh, okay, this is just going straight into the action right now. Volcano just doing mad things with an R01. He's got his wingman. He knocks the Gibby. He's going to use the Gibby's bubble against the enemy team. Wingman's coming out from ATK like crazy. They managed to thirst the one. Nut goes down, and Donut Legends are left with 2 players only. That line's in hand with Dash. He's going to do a scan here. He does see the 2 rotating in from top right, but that's also early access. They are going to get stuck with 3 huge fights here. Do they pull out or do they carry on fighting? I don't know, because this could get really, really messy very quickly.
Yeah, that looks like they want to actually decide to stick around. It looks like there's actually a little bit of miscommunication. Rexu and Jasvika are like, maybe we get out. Volcano's like, what are you talking about, Owen? You think I'll spend all that time on the shooting range of this wingman for nothing? Nah, fam. So now they are going to be forcing this fight a little bit more. Jasvika going into the scan, get some pretty decent vision going. So they will start with some shots downrange. Volcano and Rexu know the angle on which to go through, and they might decide to make the long rotation through tunnel, or at least Volcano's going to make that move. Oh, no. Volcano left. Something must be happening in that side that they're like, yeah, But they also, like you were mentioning earlier, they got the full scan out earlier. They knew exactly how things were going to be panning out. There's no reason for them to chase this fight, right? They just need to maintain the control and make sure that all the approaches are covered, and they should be okay. Can just wait this one out for as long as possible.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't think it's necessary to fight this. As you can see, Donut Legends managing to rotate all the way down on the right-hand side and get out of that sticky situation. They did lose one of their players, but kudos to them for getting out of that one, because we've seen players that are 2-man instead of 3 managing to do a lot of work still in a lobby like this. So hopefully they can stay alive. We're seeing so many teams coming onto Countdown right now, converging, about 3 or 4 teams. Again, guys, it's not end zone. Like, everybody, I think everyone is so on edge first game. I don't know what it is. We also saw a Volt in that care package, and I really hope that one of them picked it up. Sorry, I had to mention that, because the Volt is absolutely disgusting. We know Tenshi on it last week was making me go crazy because it was just absolutely disgusting. So hopefully people are picking that up. I'm sure it's still as good as it was last week. Some shots coming with the Prowler here. Not the best long-range weapon, but yeah, let's see what he can do. Shadow with his Rampage in hand. Again, Rampage, such a dominant gun. I feel it's so good in terms of the heavy ammo, giving you that stun effect on enemies and slowing you down, especially in a game like Apex Legends, where movement is everything. Getting slowed down can be the most frustrating thing ever. So yeah, really, really good gun. And ATK, again, know where the zone is, have just decided to put themselves in between these two teams. They seem like they are out for blood tonight. I don't know what happened or what they had for breakfast, but they really, really want some kills.
Listen, man, if you're already one of the teams that's already up as well, you can sort of treat this like a young puppy. You know, play this, enjoy yourself, have a laugh, you know.
Oh, and the Volcano play again.
Oh, they crack it. They get the crack, but no downing. Sorry, not this time, Volcano. I have actually seen Volcano get a Valkyrie kill with the wingman during the reposition, but not going to be happening this time around. And they'll be fine with this. But I suppose as well, like, if you are the team that you already know that you're doing really well, one of the easiest ways to guarantee yourself into being into the last 5 squads remaining is to just kill everybody else. And you're like, sweet, then we know exactly who you are. RTO Gaming, trying to adopt similar attack here. What do you make of the R301 in terms of the range potential? Not as good as the Rampage, obviously, but we've been seeing people be really cracked with this gun of late. You know, I didn't get the memo. This was actually a sniper rifle, the way people have been playing it, though.
When you got a 3 times or a bruise on this gun, it is something else, honestly, man. It's quite scary. I think that's why most people are asking if we could please get it vaulted for next season. I think it's the most requested weapon to get vaulted, because it's disgusting. I mean, obviously, they took away the flatline. Flatline was a tiny bit harder to use, and especially in pro level, I mean, all the guys were running flatline. It was literally the best thing ever. But speaking of powerful weapons, we've got a Kraber in the hands of Limitless right now, and if he can get a nice pick, he still has white shields, which is very interesting. I don't know if they just haven't been able to find anyone to farm some damage, but one shot and he'll be up to a blue if he can hit this one. Nice 145 onto the Bloodhound, and they're actually going to push off this. There is a crack. Jazz is ready. He's got his Octane still in hand, and he's going to take some shots down with the R301. Nice beams coming in. Some nades going in from Limitless as well. He does have his ult as well. So many teams converging on this location right now. Again, early fights. Instead of teams taking position and rather locking down their area, it seems like everyone's just going for each other's area, which is quite interesting. Limitless also gets a knock with that nade, which is actually incredible. And he drops down his ult just for some extra cover.
Make sure they can get out of this one. They don't want to be in a situation like you were mentioning. They could also see just how many squads were converging on the area. Let's see if he gets the shot with the Kraber. Good angle. It's a bit of an awkward one, though. Does he get this? Nah, it's a bit too risky. I think just let this one go. Yeah, let it go. Save your bullets, OG. Use them later. No, don't
Still tracking him.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No. You had the R301, OG. Use that instead. He'll swap to the weapon now to try and get some shots down range. He'll find himself in a bit of an awkward place. Got cracked. Will need to go in back for the shield.
Oh, and it was ATK.
They've also shown up now. They want to make this a full party. And here they're going in. The speaker closing in on the side here. They love doing this on the side of ATK, going for these pincer maneuvers, and it's working out magnificently. They've gotten the one down, they've gotten the second, they've gotten a full squad elimination. And look at this, not only that, Volcano has put himself as the kill leader on the entire map, doing a really, really well. RTO Gaming, we say goodbye to you, but we say hello to even more points for the side of ATK.
Yeah, man, that's exactly what I was talking about. That flipping Volt is just way too good, man. It's honestly insane. MB Hen, actually been quite quiet this game. Haven't seen too much of them. Still fighting just outside of Landslide. They, I think, decided to play the zone quite a bit better, so they haven't gotten into too many engagement yet. They got their first initial KP down in Lava City, and now they're just kind of playing the final zone. They do have to cross this bridge, though. while they just take some shots at the teammate across from them. Not sure who it is yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. Kraber shot coming in from the right-hand side. They actually are in a bit of a sticky. And look at ATK. The position they have the entirety of landslide. They've got all the real estate right now. So any team that wants to come in, they are going to have to go through a team first. So let's see what they can do. Yeah, Ice Cream, I can see Solo up at the top there. He's just going to be playing the rat game like my man Pickle. Absolute OG rat. He's so good at ratting. I love that guy. So let's see if Ice Cream can do the same and maybe take Pickle's place as #1 rat in ZA. But yeah, lots of teams on the left-hand side. The team there at the bottom is also only rotating in from staging now. And they're going to have a very tough fight coming in unless they get a really nice third party going. Gibby ult coming down right now. Rexu on the Ash just doing absolute work with his off. When he actually gets a knock on Cyberstorm there, he doesn't miss. They've decided to quickly push this. Are they actually going to push off that knock? I think they are. Oh my goodness. Volcano with the port going in. You know, this is going to get crazy right now because they are not waiting for the end zone. They are coming with all the firepower right now.
Yep, ATK themselves bring the end zone with them as they're just trying to make sure everybody's eliminated. Doing as much as they can. They didn't get the full squad kill there, though they did get a pretty big knock. So, as much as they are content to find themselves in as much action as possible as we see them getting some more shots downrange. Double vaults available right now for Volcano. That must be nice. That must be nice.
Saw that now. I was just like, wait, Snare, they have 2 vaults and a Kraber. What is going on right now? This is ridiculous. And you can see all the action unfolding. All the action unfolding below him. The 2 teams that were rotating in late. Again, like I said, they've got all the real estate. They actually put themselves in the best position right now. Dash just chilling there to letting them know, guys, there's no one coming in. Don't worry about Train. I've got you. You guys just keep double vaulting up at the top here. There's only 5 squads left. Massive R2 1-shots coming in from Rexu again. He gets another knock. And they're going to thirst to kill them. Volcano taking a lot of damage, though, to that charge rifle. NBN stuck in a really sticky situation. The Corsic is going to drop now, but what is he going to do? He's getting beamed by Rexu. Can Volcano clutch it up right now with the Oh, no. He's going around the other side of the rock.
It's gone. Volcano's going to go around. They do finally get the put down. NBN, that was their last legend. So Neo, the last man standing for his squad, and with him being taken out, that means there's only 3 remaining on the entire server here. Ice Cream, of course, still very content to rat it out as much as humanly possible. Chillin', man. It looks like Munchmello is also trying to adopt similar tactics. So there's 1 squad and 2 rats. For some reason, it looks like we have a rodent infestation happening on the lobby here. You need to holler at the admin and say, what's going on, Owens? Where's the rat hex? Let's do something about this.
Oh, man. Wow. So this is exactly what I asked for. I did predict this. I should have put money on it. Damn. We did say a strong force to be reckoned with right now. They're going to go for the 360 no-scope. I feel like that would be necessary. Ash going up to the top. Going to get some height. Maybe we see Ice Cream do something crazy here. He's going to go for the no-scope. He doesn't manage to get that one that time. But double vault. Volcano's turn now. He's going to take the zip and see what happens.
Oh. Now he's got. He ran away. He's trying to run away at the very least. But it's only going to last a little bit longer. As Ice Cream now also eventually gets taken out. They managed to remove him from play. One of the rats is dead here. They just need to try and hunt down the other one. But if I'm Munchmello right now, I'm just sweating. I'm like, oh God, what do I do? If only I was playing Valkyrie. And oops, this sucks. You've been detected. The sonar comes in. Oof, there come the shots down range, trying to run himself away, but he knows that he's been covered. Volcano's running in. Rex who's coming in the other direction. And that's it. GG, well played is called. They take it. ATK fulfills Cam's prediction as they take the first map. Looking a hella solid while they were doing it. They didn't do it in any kind of a cagey manner. They were not playing the map. They were playing the other teams. And they walk away not just with the map win, but with a very decided kill win as well here, Cam.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. They picked up so many kill points that game. That's the kind of ATK I was looking for. They came out firing on all cylinders tonight. I think they definitely needed to. The past 2 qualifiers, they have been performing fairly well, like you said, top of echelon teams, but I think they wanted to like stake their claim, you know, let the other people know that aren't necessarily in this lobby. Hey guys, we are here to play and we are going to do some damage. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely insane. 7, 3, 5, 50 kill points plus a victory, which is absolutely insane. I mean, that is dominance on another level. So yeah, I think maybe the other teams just weren't warmed up yet. I mean, we can still see some crazy stuff happen. I know the KOA definitely got it in them, as well as the team that was second, MBN. Sorry, I almost forgot their name. MBN. Also crazy, guys. So yeah, let's see what happens. Maybe just got caught off unlucky positioning. They were stuck in a really sticky situation in the last, in that second last zone. So let's see what happens in the next game.
It sort of did feel like, though, ATK, it's not only that they dominated the game itself, but they forced everybody else to play in a much more uncomfortable fashion. Because at the beginning, everyone was doing what we sort of expected, right? Being a bit more cagey, playing a bit slow. There were like only a couple of squads who were prepared to be very rough and go into some early engagements. But for the most part, we really saw ATK, they were the ones that sort of forced the issue onto everybody. They were like, listen, even if we're not the primary people involved in a fight somewhere, cool. We're there immediately. We're going to show up. We're going to find ourselves, not even make ourselves a third party. There might already be 5 squads involved. There will be a 6th then. We're going to show up. And not only will we show up, we're going to create chaos enough. And you know that we're better than you enough that you kind of have to run away from that zone. Either that or try and fight us. And if you fight us, you're going to lose. So do you think once we go into the second game, is it still going to be ATK driving that chaos? Or do you think some teams should start thinking about maybe we gang up onto them and at least get the kill leaders out of the lobby and allow the rest of us to play at a bit of a slower pace?
I mean, that's what the thing I love about Battle Royale, right? Is that it can be so different every single time you come around. No game is exactly the same. So we could have found that because they weren't contested on drop, or they did win their initial fight in that lava city. Again, it wasn't right at the beginning. They did manage to loot up quite a bit. They got that squad wipe, and that's like your confidence boost, and you get that 3 kills, your confidence goes up a bit. You get the next set of kills, your confidence goes up more. You rotate well, you get a really good position, you feel like you playing really well, that's a confidence boost, so by the end of the game, they're just on a different level of high. You could see that by the way they were running landslide. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. The comms were immaculate. They just knew exactly what was happening. And another team could have dropped and picked up only P2020s, and they were stuck in a sticky situation the whole game, So maybe we see these teams come out and get a better drop, and they manage to do something a bit different, So let's hope that some of the teams can do that as well. I think there were some of the teams that did get some really good kill points as well. And shout out to Bamza for getting second place. Second place is still some really good placement points. So hopefully they can work with that as well and see. Hey guys, we still top 3, we still top 2. We definitely still in this. Let's pull it together. Let's focus up and let's carry on grinding. So let's hope they did that.
Love that Bamza showed at the end of the day that it's not about, you don't have to be honorable to get those points. Do what you need to do. Hide sometimes. Get in the corner. It's okay. As long as you get the points. You can worry about honor when you're counting your money at the end of the weekend. Then you're like, all right, guys, cool. Now we can look back and say maybe we should have tried to be a bit more action-packed. But speaking of the weekend, just a reminder to everybody of why we are here. This is the last day of the Gold Tour. And after this, we're going to be collating all the results from all the days of the Gold Tier. And the top 40 teams will wind up into the semifinals over the next 3 days. And the top 20 over those next 3 days get themselves into the grand finals. So today does matter. If you're on the cusp of being in top 40, if you're number 41, today could be the make or break kind of situation. Those second place finishes that we just saw Bamza pull off, those are the kind of things that get you into the semifinals and, of course, potentially into the top 8 and into the money itself. Something that we didn't see though, Cam, as we're seeing the teams get ready and they're loading up for the next game, we didn't see anything different from the last 2 weeks. In your opinion, is this a good or a bad thing that for the most part, the teams played what they know and stuck to their guns in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good thing. Obviously, I like it when they kind of change up the meta a bit. I like it when we see something crazy in the mix and it really works out and everyone's like, whoa, what is happening? This is so cool. But at the same time, like you said, with this amount of money on the line, you can't be messing around with, maybe let's try and use an Octane jump pad today. Like, it's not going to work, There's a lot of cash on the line. We don't want to be messing around with something that we don't know how to use, or a comp that we don't feel comfortable playing. So let's make sure that we stick to what we know, stick to our roots, and let's use everything we've played with in practice, and we carry on playing like that. So, yeah. Again, like I said, the Valkyrie, Gibby, I don't mind it. I kind of like it. It's not terrible. I enjoy watching it a lot. So I'm happy with it. But it would be cool to see something crazy come up. But again, I understand if they don't, because if a legend's not working, it's not working. But having said that, I know the patch has happened and we don't know exact patch notes, but Crypto, regardless, even before the patch or not, he's still a really viable character. I'm not sure why, again, with like the Gibby Dome. If his ult comes in, he cracks the Gibby Dome and he does shield damage to players in that vicinity. That's huge in my opinion, but yet we don't see him being played that much. Is it because the Valkyrie is too much better to swap the Valk out because you don't want to lose a Valkyrie but pick up a Crypto? Is the Gibby too powerful? I think those are the questions that these players obviously ask themselves and then decide on the comp that they're going to run. But yeah, I mean, again, pretty stock standard. Bloodhound again seeming super,
Super good.
super, super, super good. Everybody
super
loves Bloodhound. The scans are just incredible, and yeah, I mean, I think we know why the rest are picked. So yeah, I guess we'll just keep running this and see who can do it best.
Yep, absolutely. And we're about to get into the game itself. I think you have a small message there, Cam, in the in-game lobby. But as we do so, as you were talking about the fact that we have been seeing very similar comps, Bloodhound is a bit too good, Valkyrie is too good. There's just too many things that go right and that just work out overall for why these. I mean, there's a reason why every top team at least has two of the three: Bloodhound, Ashe, Wraith, Valkyrie, Gibby, right? Just at least two out of three of those ones, and it's every single game, which I think is a good thing. Honestly, in my opinion, I really like these particular legends, and I think especially the Bloodhound is one that I'm very surprised not every single squad is picking up. Vision just changes everything. It just makes the game itself so much easier to play. I mean, we saw at the end of that first game, every single time ATK would think about making something aggressive happen, they're like, hey, the speaker, yo man, what's happening in there? Oh, go check it out, cool. Hey, I think we should go that direction. Thanks, fam. Awesome. We're just gonna hang back.
Oh man, that's exactly what happened. Then, hey, Volcano, do you mind just putting a port that way? Yeah, thanks, dude. Cool.
Sure, bro, yeah.
Put a port in. Oh yeah, we can get out if we get into a pickle. Nah, I agree with you. It's crazy. It really, really is. But yeah, let's load in now and see. Again, like through these weeks, we have seen sometimes players try a certain strat, and if it doesn't work, they change immediately. I don't know if it's better to push through with that strat. Maybe this comp didn't work this game, but it will work the next game, or do they decide to just change it up completely and say, listen, we can't actually run like this anymore. Let's just do what we're comfortable with. Because sometimes you find that players are playing legends that they are not comfortable with, but that are part of the meta. I feel like Pathfinder. I feel like there's so many people in this lobby that are really, really good with Pathfinder, but because he's not a meta character, quote unquote, people won't use him, you know? And again, he's really good for movement. His zip lines are incredible. So I don't know, maybe we see some more Pathfinders in the mix. Again, normally towards the end of the lobby. I just said that. Lucas, thank you.
There we go. Shout out
Thank
Lucas.
you, Lucas. Shout out
Pulling
Lucas,
through
man.
the Pathfinder. That's actually a lot of repositioning that Drip Apex has right now. Ashe, Wraith, and Pathfinder. My goodness. Okay, they are really all in on this idea of dominating movement in this upcoming lobby. We'll see whether or not this strategy pays off though, Cam. But interestingly enough, beyond us just simply having access now to this young Pathfinder coming in for the Drip Apex lineup, we also have here, for early access, they have decided to slightly switch it up with Hawkeyes. You know, it's not going to be the same exact squad. Wait, did they play the squad competition last game? I don't remember. I think they got eliminated somewhat early.
Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure, but I did see two Bangalores in the mix, and I don't think Bamza had a Bangalore. That was the last one left alive, if I'm not mistaken. So Bangalore, again, really good ultimate. Again, you don't see people getting a lot of kills with the Bangalore ultimate, but it allows for repositioning. You know, you throw that thing down and you say, guys, listen, you need to get out the way. We don't want you in this area. Please reposition immediately, and then at least they can move off of that area. Whereas the Gibby ult is more like right here, right now, it drops and it goes. But as we go on with the flight path right now, it seems like one team Skyhook, everyone's spread out quite nicely, I think. Top north does look quite congested. We've got a team on Overlook, as well as a team right at the top, Vinco Gaming, I believe, in Climatizer. Hoping to see them perform a bit more this game and see them towards the top end of the match. They're busy looting up in Climatizer right now. Early access also doing some looting again. Just trying to find whatever you really can, get some guns, hopefully find some really good shields that are already upgraded so you don't have to worry too much about that, and then decide, listen, where are we going to reposition to? We all have Valkyrie, we can go wherever we like. So yeah, let's see what they do. I don't remember which team it was now. Drip Apex. I mean, they can make a portal across the entire map, I think. They can do an Ashe portal, they can zip line, and then they can portal again. These guys are going to be absolutely incredible. But here we see KOA. Another team that I think got taken out by ATK last round because they have similar drop spots. This team is a very, very skilled team individually. Playing together, they do obviously play quite well together. They're obviously in a team together, but individually very talented players. So hopefully we can see them do something now as well. They're already in fight to Donut Legends. I mean, let's pick up wingmans and just start taking shots at each other, guys. This is like, it's like a warning call. Like they just start shooting them in the sky. Like, listen, we are here. Please don't come here. It's basically what I do when I play paintball.
You just shut down range.
No, not really. I scream. So I just say, guys, I'm here. My gun is up. Do not shoot me. I'm not shooting you. That's kind of how paintball works for me. So I think that's what they're doing with the wingman. But they're actually deciding to rotate out completely here. But they're rotating into another team. I don't know if they know this, but there is a team in tree, and the team in tree has seen them. It's Thomas, Moore, and the squad. They might actually aggress onto this fight.
They're coming in for it. They're trying to make this particular angle. Shadow's the one that's trying to go all the way around. Let's see if this approach is going to be working out for him. Mole and Killer Kong have got some very good positioning on top of tree here. And Shadow, okay, here we go. Bullets finally starting to go down range. The Thomas Moore, they found vision. Haven't gotten any knocks or shield breaks just yet. They are aware right now on the side of the Donut Legends that maybe this is a rough spot to be. They might decide to just let this one go. And indeed, they're going to try to take cover within the building here, make sure that there is no shots that actually affect them. And they're prepared to wait this one out. As I say that though, Thomas Moore going in with the R301, Shadow being able to get a shield crack. And they also got the down there. Will they be able to close this one out and make sure that they complete this while they have the numerical advantage here, Cam? I'm not sure, but it's a bit of an iffy situation because going in immediately without any back cover can open you up to a third-party approach. And as I say that, it looks like it could happen. No, nobody's nearby. Never mind. They're just going to play it slow. They've gotten the res already on the side of the Donut Legend, so it's going to be fine. It's only really Nuts who's in a bit of a tough position, but as long as he can get to the rest of the squad, he should be A-okay as well.
Yeah, I mean, we can also see MBN squad now rolling up to the Mirage. It's not the Mirage, I lie. It's the Rampart place, that's what I'm calling it today. Taking some shots down with the Devo. It's got a turbocharger on. This thing is absolutely ridiculous with the turbocharger on. Rampage in hand of Neo. And they are definitely going to want to find themselves getting some more kills this game because they do not want to go out like they did last time. Bloodhound Scan coming in. I don't know who the team they're fighting now is, but it's going to be pretty interesting because they are pulling in with the car SMG, Caustic in hand as well. Great for inside play. So I don't know if this team knows they have a Caustic and if they're going to decide to maybe rotate out of this. Another Bloodhound Scan coming in. Shots going down from Neo. NBN really hungry for blood right now. They want this kill points. They want this team to go out right now.
Yeah, they're looking for it as much as humanly possible. They have full awareness that the fact of this fight is happening downstairs. Will they go look for it though? The question is, they've been scanned out now. Sonar has connected onto them as the rejects. Also in position right underneath them. Looking for a way up, looking for a way into this fight. We see that they have covered all the angles on the outside of the building. So this is actually one of these interesting scenarios, right? Whenever you are around this big mode area, like it's pretty much an inside-outside kind of fight. Who can control both floors and who can control the outside approach? And both teams have different aspects of that. We'll see how long they're prepared to hold this area, but they have to make decisions soon because this ring will close at some point. So shots are going down way as we now turn our attention towards Bamster. How are they faring here? They came top 2 last time around, so obviously they are hoping to be able to come at least another top 2 again, but it's not that easy. These teams are very, very good. Everybody in the lobby is quite cracked. Shots are coming down range onto them by Pure Paragon. Don't think any fight's gonna break out here. I think both squads will be probably happy to just back away, let this one go. Bamza already on the retreat. Pure Paragon not gonna chase fast enough, don't wanna run through the incendiary. So they're just gonna let this one go and the action will end in this area.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. I mean, you don't want to be taking a fight that early on. But as we say that, there was another team rotating down from the north, and it looks like MBN are deciding to actually take the fight with this new team. Oh, here we go, Jump Apex. The team with movement on their side have decided to go for the care package, and they don't know that there's a team coming out of the cave right now. He's going to turn left. Again, map knowledge so important here because there is an area you can flank around on the left-hand side. So many people running the 30-30. Did it get a silent buff? Did it actually get a normal buff? I don't know, but I've seen 5 people running this 30-30 repeater right now. And I'm super chuffed about it because it is a freaking awesome gun. And it's not an R301, so it's cool to see something different. Bloodhound Scan coming in. Hopefully, Bamza don't get stuck in a little bit of a sandwich here because there are 2 teams on each side of them. They were retreating from the one, and now they've been pushed by the other. So they are going to have to get out. Fights in this area are extremely claustrophobic, and there's just so much happening. The communication has to be so on point with your team in order to know what is going on. Again, early game, everyone's got blue and white shields. It's very risky to be fighting down here now. Munch going to be managing to get off a Phoenix kit, so maybe not as hectic as I thought. Kuzu absolutely cracked. He's got 1 HP there. He's going to also hit a Phoenix. These guys should be called the Phoenix Squad. They have Phoenixes for days right now. At least they will be able to heal up and hopefully get up. But as I said, they've Jump Apex with all the movement in the world. He's not going to be able to get out of that fight. I think one of the teams pushed through onto them. It's Vinco Gaming joining the party now as well. Taking some shots down range there with the R99. And yeah,
Everybody's getting
Radicals.
involved. It's the party now, man. While that was happening, there was back onto big mode. We just see two squads having a little bit of a contest there between them, but no full kills just yet. They are still fighting around in the same fashion there. But some other squads that we haven't really taken too much of a look at. We see Pure Paragon here. They have a consideration for a Valve reload if they do desire it. Zuzu sort of thinking about whether or not it's going to be necessary. We still, it's a bit of a slower start than we had in game one here. We've seen a lot of action, a lot of squads having their shields cracked, a lot of downs, a lot of revivals, but for the most part, what we haven't seen is entire squad removals, at least not that many. So a bit of a slow one, at least a full round will go by for this ring so that we don't have to have just like everybody dying to the hands of Volcano. So a bit of more of a longer one on this round.
Again. But I mean, this is exactly what these teams need to be doing. And as we say that, the zone is pulling exactly towards that Giza area, which is, again, the tunnel area where the teams are playing now. Are they trying to get positions there already? It's such a difficult place to fight. Thomas Moore rotated completely out of the area they were in, and now they're taking shots here at Lava Siphon. Not sure who they're trying to take shots onto. We also see a member of Vinco Gaming going down there. Canino, unfortunately, taking a knock to Abnormal Freak. So that fight is going to be breaking out now at the top right. Yo, I don't know. These R301 shots are coming in. Not all of them connecting. I don't know if this is a great place to be fighting, guys, especially against a KOA. Maybe you want to just pull out of this and decide to get to zone sooner rather than later. Especially with all the ammo you're wasting, the heals you're wasting. I don't think it's a very good return on investment right now.
Yeah, certainly not getting that much out of it at present. I mean, they would like to be able to find some of this action, but rather get yourself into the zone. That's probably the more important thing at this point in time. As we now turn our attention a little bit to the Paragons. And they are aware that a fight pretty much awaits them on the other side of the store. The question is, do they want to force this fight to happen? See a lot of gunfire coming in. Beautiful shots there. And look at the positioning from Vinco Gaming. They were ready. Radical throwing in with the alternator. Not something we've seen all that much in this lobby, but it is enough to dissuade Pure Paragon. And they have to get back there, relying on the Gibby for some degree of protection. It is shield back up, but Kano did end up getting taken down. They need to find the res there. This is a bit of a problem for Pure Paragon because now they can't get in there, and look what's happening behind them. There's another squad on the approach here. Early Access knows that they might have had them pinned down, and this is an awful place to be. How on earth do they get out of this here, Cam? What do they do with the Pure Paragon side?
They need to find, I don't even know if they have a Valkyrie, but I mean, you can't, unfortunately, you can't relocate underneath a mountain. So that kind of sucks because they are definitely stuck there. They're going to get the GBL down at least, maybe give themselves a bit of space, but look at how many teams are there. Dodge, a solo that's managed to pull out somehow, but ATK also on the prowl now. They're coming in from the bottom of this hill. There are just way too many teams converging on this area. Everybody wants this top location. ATK coming in. This team was behind the team that was behind the team that was behind the other team. And now they are coming in. Everyone is converging on this cave, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. They 3-2-1ing him. They get a massive bunch of R301 beams on him. They do know they're here now, but this is the time for them to push in. Scans coming in. Volcano got a vault in hand again. Is he printing these things? How does he get them every round? Massive shots coming in from him. They got arc stars. They got everything they need. Big PK shots coming in. Oh, the digital threat with the smoke. I absolutely love this.
They're trying to make sure ATK has finally joined the fight to get involved with everybody else, and they're gonna be wreaking havoc over everyone here. Vinco Gaming finding themselves falling prey to ATK here. Pure Paragon was eliminated first by the same squad. Now, of course, Horizon trying to run himself away, at least keep his squad alive for the time being. He will be able to do so, but the early access lineup will not. As Hawkeye gets taken down with Cyberstorm, and that's going to be ATK once again eliminating a squad. Looks like Vinco Gaming is soon going to suffer the same fate. Volcano takes out Kano. At the same time, Rexu is going forward to collect some of all too delicious loot. And you know, this entire cave that just moments ago was surrounded by squads, now it's suddenly the full purview of ATK. They can do whatever the hell they want in this space.
Yeah, I mean, wow. They've just, again, dominated a certain area of the map, which is really good. I like to see Dodge there. Dodge is still alive. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's on a res beacon right now. I don't know. Yes, he has. He has just resed his teammates. I thought that's what he was doing because he was in the exact location. He's managed to res his two teammates. So that could be quite big for them. RTO Gaming. Hopefully they can get some extra placement points. And as you say that, the KOA has been completely out of the action the whole game. just playing the pure position and rotation game, which I do quite like sometimes. So they are going to be holding off a team that's also going to be rotating in. They are going to find themselves needing to move again because the zone is just closed even closer towards the Giza area. So yeah, ATK again pulling out of the tunnel. They do not want to fight there, but they did see the res come in. So now they've decided to focus their attention on this revive for RTO Gaming. Can RTO Gaming get enough loot from this small area? I see that all in one building at the top, and I don't know if they're going to be able to find everything they need. Mayfair deciding to not rotate into KOA, but instead to reposition on top of the ATK RTO fight. So now we're going to see another third party coming in. ATK does spot them out. It doesn't matter. He's on the and she's gone down already. That was not the play, Mayfair. They do get the bubble out. PK coming out from Daswick. He's going to go on the lifeline again. Massive 90 shots. Can his team help him out? The lifeline actually does all the damage right there. He's quickly going to come in with the port so that they can get him out, reset, get the res, because the Gibby ult as well also coming in. Someone actually went through the portal. Wow. May went through the portal and unfortunately does get finished. I think there is still one of them alive though. Toast and Fricky still alive, so they did manage to get the Valkyrie up.
It's a huge deal though because they lost the lifeline and ATK are going to try and get more. They've taken out Toast now. Last man standing on the squad is going to be Fricky. Whether or not he's going to be able to survive this is the question at hand. Will doesn't have the res, of course, as you mentioned earlier. He came in, brought the team to the fight. Now they're all regretting it. They're like, what the hell did you do to us? RTO Gaming, as we see them now, they are ecstatic at the fact that they came in because it meant that ATK got distracted from killing them, which is great. Now they do have some shots from on high here. Will they be able to use this positioning in order to secure themselves a knock? Not just yet. In the end, they'll get taken out somewhere else on the map right now. Something interesting about this RTO squad. You were talking earlier about how many Octane will we potentially see. We have one here being played by Jazz, but that Octane might actually get taken out. We do see Rexu, some long range shots there with the RPO1, able to get the knock with the speaker onto Jazz. So that is one down. Will they be able to get more? Beautiful Bloodhound usage. They've got the vision. Oh, look at that. Comes in on top of the mountainside. That is going to be 2 dead. They just need 1, and that's going to be a full squad elimination. Not going to find it just yet.
Dodge is still alive. Dodge is still alive. He's rotated out, and he is still alive. Fricky on 1 HP gets finished off by Daswicker. This is massive points for ATK again. Huge KP points, and somehow Dodge manages to get away. I hope that his team are not asking him to get their banners again. Poor Dodge resed his teammates. They got to get a bit of loot again. Still very much in a sticky situation, but they land up going down. Dodge still alive, and now we see KOA actually running through the bottom half of the lobby right now, coming in with all the ultimate abilities, all the freaking thermite grenades, and EXO taking out a lot of thermite damage there. Massive shots in hand from Radioactive, taking some good shots in there. Alone with the PK. Nice. Gets a knock on Kidda. That is a huge knock, and now he knows, guys, we need to push him right now. Another big shot coming in. Oh my word, this vision is just incredible. He can see everyone, and that's going to be another team down for them. I think they've got some really good kill points as well. KOA showing that they are here to play, and hopefully they can rotate in at a good time. Look at Bamza. They haven't played the kill point game. They've decided to get the position. They know where the end zone's going to be. It's directly on them. Now, can they hold this high ground? Can they keep this area to them? Because all the other teams are going to be looking at them now because they know this is the area where the end zone's going to happen. Someone is taking massive shots here down into the cave area. Hopefully they can get away and just decide to heal up. It is actually ATK stuck on the inside there. But Bamza controlling all the real estate, which is absolutely incredible.
Especially given how that last round panned out, right? Where they had to sort of wait out with one player, just sort of ratting it out. This time around, they have a bit more confidence to be able to secure the area control, like you were mentioning. ATK, though, is making their approach. We've seen them get some pretty cracked shots off before. And Volcano going to be trying to maybe drop down the portal, open up space for them to get in. On the other side, though, the Donut Legends also are trying to make their approach here, and they find themselves in a little bit of conflict. We do see here that the side of the Donut Legends are taking on KOA. The two of them might wind up killing themselves before they even get close to Bamza. The inside canisters here, nicely done. Okay, Gibby gets knocked down, taken out, and that is going to be ROA, or the KOA, excuse me, showing themselves, showing the quality that they have. Finally starting to get on the board here, not just waiting for the round to end, not just allowing ATK to dictate proceedings. It probably helps everybody else that ATK has been relatively quiet of late, but things are starting to turn in that regard. We see the Donut Legends, one survivor, in the same fashion that we saw RTO Gaming have one survivor left. Both will be hoping to rat this one out. And last game when we saw, Cam, the success that ratting can have into the final 3 squads remaining, So when you know that there's 2-3 hero squads still up, allow them to fight. Let them all fight and kill each other. We'll come and pick up the stragglers when it's all over.
Yeah, I mean, the zone is closing in now. We have 1 donut, we have 1 dodge, and we have 3 full teams. 3 of the biggest teams in this lobby right now. We have ATK, we have Bamza, and we have the KOA. KOA spotted out dodge now. He needs to get out of dodge immediately. Big ult there. Can he go away? But he's going to land straight in the hands of Donut. And Donut gets a nice pick as well as ratting top 4 for Donut. That is a huge result for them. She is a Wraith as well, so that's a great legend to obviously get out of the way. But Bamza does see them. I just want to say, Bamza's, what do you call it? Just the ability for them to not push onto a team. The fact that they've held this high ground, they haven't got over-aggressive, they haven't decided to push out because they have a Spitfire and they're feeling good. They've rather just held their position and they know the zone is coming towards them and the teams will have to rotate into them, which is just really good, smart play on their behalf.
In the meantime, though, unfortunately, we did get to see the Donut Legends eliminated. So we're now down to the last 3 squads, 2 full, and all 3 squads are the full squad. So definitely going to be action happening at the end here. Bamza, like you were mentioning, still had the composure to maintain the positioning. And this Spitfire has been doing fantastic work for Kuzu. Unfortunately, though, it is very apparent where this is happening from. So now it's going to be up to them to see exactly how they go forward here. Look at KOA. X011 goes in, they get the scan here. The inside, oh no, they finally made it happen here, Cam. They're looking for a way to get this kills. Nice shutdown on the door, trapping them into a side of an awkward situation. The turnaround onto lone, trying to make sure that they can still keep the position. Nice run out, okay. We still don't have them killing, but now ATK is going to try and take advantage of the chaos. They're going to get themselves involved here. Bullets flying in every single direction. It's going to be a knock onto Hockey. Kuzu gets taken down too. Radioactive Ali on this Gibi has been performing really, really well, but now ATK comes in, provides help, eliminates the entirety of Bamza. They flee on KOA. It's only going to be Lone, though, who manages to get out. The rest of his squad eviscerated by the ATK lineup. And this is now looking very good for ATK to try and pull their return. They get the break, they get the knock. They're almost here. Volcano, at the very least, gets brought down by Lone, but now they also know where Lone is at. Can you clip this one out? Apparently not. And ATK will get this around. They'll get the pincer maneuver. They'll get 2 games in a row here, Cam, as they take out the final squad and put even more points on the board for themselves.
Wow, man. I apologize for the sound effects that were happening in between that. I was just gasping for air the whole time. I don't know. I'm so confused. KOA. What? They went in, they took out Bamza, obviously great, but when they knew that there was 3 squads alive, I feel like they knew that ATK, when you're playing in these kinds of lobbies, you know which teams are up, you know, you're watching the kill board, you're watching the top right of the screen, you know exactly who's going down. Oh my goodness. Another 15 KP for ATK right there. But again, KOA doing a big job there as well. 10 KP for them and a 2nd place, which is obviously really, really good. But yeah, like I was saying, it just, you know which teams are alive. To go and push Bamza like that in the top area, get the 2 knocks, but then get stuck on such a big back foot, because obviously, you know, ATK is waiting for the 2 to fight. They see them fighting. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. You just pull into the building. Hey guys, are you almost done? Thanks. As soon as you finished, do you mind if I have some? Like, it's just ridiculous, because they were trying to hit bats. Radioactive had 2 massive knocks with that massive, but just couldn't get off the bat in time. They did try to take the board. Lone did get out. He managed to take down Volcano. Didn't get the thirst, obviously. Trying to heal up and then getting pushed from both sides by the last 2 ATK players, unfortunately getting taken out. But GG's to all the teams there. I mean, those top 3 teams played really, really well. Donut doing a madness for his team. Really, really good position there. So, yeah, I mean, wow. 2-0 right now for ATK. That's really big.
I mean, map 1, they already earned themselves 27 points coming off of the back of that. Just got themselves even more coming into this one. 2 back-to-back wins. Back-to-back find themselves kill leaders as well. It's very, very scary. So they right now certainly looking like the team to beat. Certainly looking like the overall winners of the day's version of Apex. Brought to you by EGL, of course. Powered by Evesports and HP Omen, helping us make this all possible. If you also want to be part of this winning squad, obviously you're probably not good enough to join ATK. It feels bad for you, but what feels good is going to be a free Steam voucher that you can earn for yourself to the value of 250 Rand. All you have to do to participate in the giveaway for this is type in EGL Apex. That's EGL Apex, all lower caps, and you can only type this in once. Type it in a single time in chat and you can enter yourself into the draw for that Steam voucher. We'll be announcing the winners of those draw a little bit later on in the evening, so stick around. You don't want to miss any of the Apex, because this is only the first set of games that we have here, Cam. That's the crazy thing, right? These teams, no matter how well they're doing, they can't actually be comfortable or rest on their laurels, because what happens in the next group might be beyond their control. What if right now you're a team that's sitting on like 38th, 39th, and the team that's just below you isn't in this lobby? How stressed are you? You're like, oh my God, guys, if we don't make this happen, we've only got 2 games left. Suddenly, we might find ourselves dumpstered out, and it's not even anything we can do about it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know how you like try to play the best you can. That's already like hard enough, like to perform and win games and get kill points. But then on top of that, you got to be worried about what the hell is happening in the second game. What are these other teams doing? We know that this team is right behind us. Are they going to be able to like make it in? What's going to happen? So yeah, it must be really, really tough on these teams to figure out exactly what's going to happen in the next game. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens, and we'll be able to tell them afterwards, hey guys, maybe you made it, maybe you didn't. But yeah, I mean, it's really awesome that we get another whole lobby to watch after this.
Yeah, I'm pretty hype about it. When seeing a lot more Apex, it's been cool to actually have more Apex tournaments. It's been pretty nice. This competition is, well, this game in general is quite fun, but the competition in this game is very exciting to watch because, well, not today, but oftentimes there are some major upsets. One thing that I have found interesting about this particular set of games, although ATK, sure, they rinsed both games, they looked very dominant throughout it. Everybody else behind them, let's say squads 2 to 7, maybe number 8, it's been fairly close in terms of the contestation between all of those squads. And it hasn't seemed to be the case that one squad is out and out uber dominant over everybody else. Sure, we've seen Banzer get down to the top 3, top 4, top 5, sorry, both games in a row. We've seen some good stuff coming out of RTO. We've seen some good stuff coming in from early access, but we haven't seen anybody show the same consistency of dominance of ATK, which means, you know, ATK is the only squad that can really relax right now. Everybody else is still going to be in contention to see exactly how far they can go. And one thing I want to ask you about this, when it comes to that, Cam, once we're getting into these final 2 games, games 3, game 4, how much more important is it for those squads when you don't have the guarantee that ATK does with all the massive points haul, right? Is this when now you start to pull tricks out of the bag? Is there anybody who's been holding back something special that they want to drag out in only emergency situations? Or is it like we were talking about earlier, you just stick to your guns? We did this last week, we're going to do it this week, we're going to do it until it stops working.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with some teams, like when you're really, really down and out, and maybe you have nothing to lose, I guess. Your back's against the wall, you got to make something happen. We've seen it before where teams are really down and out. They're in the lower half of the top 10. They're sitting there, they haven't done anything, they drop all 4 games, and there's literally nothing happening for them. They change it up once, they decide, hey guys, we're actually here to have fun, so let's remember why we're actually doing this. We're playing Apex because we want to have fun. And then they just go really hard and they do something crazy. So maybe we see some Revtains. I'm not telling you guys to play Revtain. I'm not telling you that. But like maybe pull something crazy out. I don't know. Let's see something crazy. If you're down and out and you don't know what to do, play something fun. Remember that this is a tournament, but it is also for the love of the game. So yeah, maybe we see something crazy. But again, so many crucial pivotal moments in that last game that led to ATK winning that could have gone so drastically differently with like 1 or 2 changes, you know, like that revive coming in just outside the cave. If they weren't distracted there, RTO could have taken them out 3v3, you know, but there's always seems to be these external factors that you can't always control. So again, we could see it again. Maybe I hate using the word luck, but sometimes you get lucky with the RNG. Sometimes you get the weapons you want, sometimes you don't. So again, do they choose the same landing spots? There's many different things they can do. I think for the teams that don't know what's going to happen, if they're not guaranteed a spot, land somewhere different, maybe try get some kill points with the bat. Or do the complete opposite and do what Bamza did. Have that composure and be able to find your spot in the top 3 because of your positioning in the zone. And just pick off at the enemies, let people know you are here to play and you have the position, and you can find yourself in the top 3 again. Like they have. They really have done a good job. They got 20 points last game just from that top 3, you know. Not crazy kill points, but still 20 points.
20 points is not nothing, and of course, 12 from game 1, 8 from game 2. Might not have that many kills overall, but being able to, like you mentioned, keep yourself in the running score-wise, because that's what it's mostly about, the score, not necessarily just the kills you can rack up. And they themselves have found themselves in 3rd place overall for the day's proceedings. 2nd place, of course, we have KOA on 22 points. 1st place, very far above everybody else, is ATK on 54. That's kind of crazy. More points than Team 2 and 3 combined. Yeah, they can maybe sandbag this one. I wouldn't be surprised if halfway through Volcano says, listen, Owens, I need to take a call right quick. I'll be back. You know, holla at me a bit later. I don't have to worry about the game right now. Fortunately, though, for the rest of the teams here, it's not simply the top 3 teams that go through on points tally. It is overall, from all the groups, the top 40. You need to get those points now, though. You need to make it happen whilst you still can. And whilst we still are wondering what's going to happen next, the next game is going to start, game 3. Here we go. We're going to see if at least, give me some more Octanes. We saw 2 Octanes, I believe, last game. Neither of them had that large of an impact, unfortunately. I think RTO played it, and I forget who else. Looks like, though, RTO are changing their mind. They decided that they didn't really gain that much out of the Octane. Instead, going to go pick up the Bloodhound. However, we do still see some Bangos being relied upon here. I am very mixed on this. Bango is one of the few legends that I really enjoy playing like a lot, even though it's kind of bad. But I'm very mixed up on seeing it come up so often. 2 separate squads here, well, 3 actually, still relying on this. What do you make of this? Instead of going for, say, the Valk, the Bloodhound, the freaking Wraith, man, why Bango in exchange for any of the other ones?
I mean, again, it could just be a fun aspect of the game, playing the legends that they're comfortable with, because just because Bangalore isn't a meta legend, in quotes, maybe, again, like, it's time to have fun, you know. We don't have to be doing the meta thing right now. Let's rather play the game that we enjoy, because sometimes you play better as that legend. So maybe we see these Bangalore mains that are absolutely cracked at Bangalore. They're smoking, they're healing at the same time, they're shooting, they're doing all the crazy stuff. Their Bloodhound is scanning through the smoke for them. They're getting the cover they need from the smoke, but also being able to see the enemies. Again, something that could be happening. So yeah, let's see. One thing I wanted to mention is ATK have not been running the Volk meta. They don't have a Gibby, they don't have a Volk. They are running the double Wraith, well, Wraith, Ash, and the Bloodhound. So that seems to be the play they're going with. Again, interesting pick. I think last week they were playing the Valkyrie, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. Maybe they've also decided to change it up, and that's working for them tonight. You know, that's something that works. So maybe these teams that are picking up the Valk the whole time because it's so meta, maybe pick up a Wraith, pick up an Ash if you don't have one already. You know, because so many teams are just playing Gibby and Valk because they have to, I feel, not because they want to. So maybe we'll see a change in that.
Well, one of the things that we're seeing very early on here is there's going to be massive contestation around the Skyhook area of several squads in the region. So we might see something pop off in that direction and some early engagements. I mean, we've been talking about this the whole day. As things go later and later, it becomes more important to try and find these early fights, get those kills going while you can. Right now, we're all just looking at this reject squad. They are not that far away, honestly, from the team here of NBN. So could easily have some contestation happening between the two if they can get high enough to see things. We're seeing NBN, Blake, chilling with the wingman, just covering the angles. Gonna get joined by the rest of the squad here at NBN. 2 games in a row here, Cam, that we've seen them be very fond of controlling this high ground as their primary strategy of NBN before anything else happens.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, they're playing Lobber City every single time. It's a good place for loot. I think a lot of teams have actually changed up because there are a lot of teams contesting Skyhook right now, as well as this team that's dropping Lava City. So, actually, no, I lied. The 2 teams dropping Lava City have been there the whole time. Rejects and MBM, we saw them fighting in the first game. Rejects actually taking that L the first time. So maybe they decide to take the win now. But they've actually decided to rotate on towards Maud. And there is a team in Maud as well. This could play into the hands of NBN very, very well if they can come in time for the third party. They're taking huge shots here. Hayes struggling with some shots from NBN, like we said. So they are going to have a huge 3-way battle here at the big Maud.
Battle itself is going to start breaking out quite soon. The Pure Paragons are also in the vicinity, so 3-squad showdown it could be here. This time around, it's NBN that have found themselves a little bit of high ground as well, but the rejects, they see them too. The peek has happened. All right, they know. They know. They've scouted it out. Whether or not these shots will actually connect is going to be the interesting question, though. We see Zero Flex sitting with the alternator. Has been scanned out. Okay, they throw the scan out from Light Desire. So NBN know that they have been seen here. Whether or not they're going to push up is the question, and it seems that the answer to that question is yes, indeed. NBN providing cover with Neo. They're trying to take this one as slow as humanly possible. Pure Paragons, though, could take advantage of this, and they're pushing up into the area as well. Coming in from behind, trying to find an angle for these shots. The Rejects getting some good shots downrange. Look at Light Desire with the Rampage. They are able to get a crack, but no kill just yet. Elsewhere, there's a lot of action still happening on the map. We've already seen a full squad eliminated. The Drip Apex squad, even though they have that crazy mobility we saw last game, unfortunately, it doesn't end up helping them out here. But this game, unfortunately for the side of NBN, or for Pure Paragons, the Rejects are like, gee, we're not really feeling this, y'all. We're actually gonna bounce. Y'all can fight and kill each other. We're gonna find fight or some loot elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, no, that's a smart play from them, honestly. I don't think this fight is necessary. NBN was very keen for the fight. They knew where the teams were, and they were like, we're ready to fight. We pick up guns, and we're going to go immediately to the fights so that we can get some KP. Instead, the other team deciding, listen, let's rather not do that. Let's rotate out. Let's go find out our loot at Dome, and we'll see you a bit later. ATK all alone there in Harvester, which is probably a good thing. KOA as well by themselves, just below staging. Gonna just be looting up over there. I did see RTO Gaming getting a squad wipe in the kill feed, which is really, really good for them because they do need to pick up some kill points if they want to get into this top 40 for the weekend.
The contested stack of players and teams that are trying to get themselves into the semifinals of top 40 and the finals of top 20. This is where also mentality starts to play a huge role in things, making sure that you're calm enough to close this one out if you are on the edge of being able to get yourself in there. They're back to the Pure Paragon squad around Big Mode, and they still are positioned around each other. Them and the side of NBN, they really still want to fight this, but nobody wants to be the first ones to reveal the exact positioning. Although it's only a matter of time before a fight is going to break out here, no matter what. NBN, at present, they are going to be sitting with this core stick, hoping to try and shell within the building, but trying to take this as slow as humanly possible. And we go, oh, nice angle peek coming in from Abnormal Freak. Not enough to actually get the full kill there. But will get downed, unfortunately, by Blake, who chased him from outside of the building during the reload. Very nicely done. Will be a shield break onto the next one. Oh, not going to be a kill. NBN, are they going to be able to chase forward for this one? I think you just let it go. Like, you know that he's already in a rough position. Take care of the rest of the lineup, and then you'll worry about Abnormal Freak and getting the full squad wipe again.
I think they are going to actually re-engage us. They both took a bit of time to heal. I don't know if they've managed to pick up their teammate just as yet, but they are going to run upstairs now. I think they do have the caustic ult in hand as well, which is crazy. Nice Streams managed to get one down below. I think it was downstairs probably. And now we can see Pure Paragon in a very tricky situation underneath the ship, and they're going to be pushed in now. There's PKs in hand, taking so many shots. And Ray's lost left the line. He's doing something with the triple take, and he goes down to Dio. That's a really good job from NBN again. Pure Paragon, not sure if they wanted to fight that or not. They knew they needed some kill points, but unfortunately going to go down to NBN. RTO Gaming decided to fight in the zone here, which is crazy. I mean, it is only zone 1, but why are we are actually running straight out of zone. Okay, well, these guys are blood hungry now. They've already knocked one, and they are on the hunt. I mean, it kind of makes sense then. If they already knocked one, they know that they need to get the next. And if you look at them playing together, they're literally right next to each other, and they're ready to get this. Another knock, that's Team Donut. I think going down, there might be one still left alive. I'm not 100% sure. One left.
Not still alive, yeah. But Nut is look where Nut is though on the map. How far out of zone that he's at right now.
Man.
Say he's alive, but for how much longer is the question. It is only zone 1, to be fair, so we'll see exactly what he's capable of. In the meantime, ATK Streak are showing us the power of this wingman. Is everybody on the team cracked with this gun? What the hell is happening?
In the sky.
76
headshot coming in. I feel like sometimes it's just like you just shoot in the general vicinity, and it's just if you get that crack, you're excited. But yeah, I mean, again, all wingman mastiffs. I mean, that just shows the level of players that we're watching right now, because you know that I'm not running around with a wingman and a mastiff, because that's just not going to end well. I don't know about you, Snare, but yeah, I mean, I can hit a few shots here and there, but there's no ways I'm confident enough to run in with 2 guns that are single fire. Like, I need something that's going to be spraying a bit, you know, in case I start missing a lot.
In case, you mean when, man? That's nice. To
Sorry, yeah, when. You're right, you're correct. My bad. But Thomas Moore actually in a really good position here on the top of the construction building, because ATK is rotated in below them. They do have zone, but they are going to have to rotate, and this rotation is weird because you have to go through the extremely hectic choke point that heads towards Harvester. I was going to call it Harvester. So hopefully, I don't know, they need to decide, are they going to take this fight or are they going to decide to rotate in? Because these three teams are all heading into Fragment right now. Vinco Gaming just on the outskirts. And as you can see, the rotation is through two extremely hectic choke points.
Oh, wow, look at this. Just scouting out that it's ATK that's chasing them. Thomas Moore, they actually flee. They let it go. They're like, nah, guys, y'all can take this. But the question is, will ATK decide to pursue them? That is the one thing about their team position. It doesn't allow for as insane repositioning as we normally see with the Valks, but they're relying on their understanding of the map to perfect these rotations. And this rotation looks good again. Here we go. Some R99 shots flying south, coming in from Volcano. But they will see this right as Shadow is going in for the relocate. Kirakong did get taken out, but it's fine. Two players getting survival and getting moved out. Sure, they get the shield crack onto Shadow, but still good enough overall for them. They're happy with this one. They survive. They don't have to actually tussle with ATK. And from what we've seen in this lobby, being as far away from ATK is probably your best bet for getting some points in the lobby.
Yeah, exactly. And now Vinco also deciding to get into a fight here. They got really good high ground positioning here. Kano is dropping down his ults, getting some mad damage down. Hawkey has gone down. The Wraith is going to try and TP away, but he's going to get some more flesh hits on, and that's the team that goes down to Vinco. That's some really good kill points for them. Again, putting themselves in a good position. They can rotate in quite nicely to the zone now. NBN still fighting in this Lava City area. They took out Pure Paragon, obviously, like we saw earlier in Big Mord, and now they've repositioned themselves in a really good spot here on the edge of Lava City for any teams that want to come in. But Rejects, oh my god, it looks like they've got no health right now. The team is just aping onto them. It's KOA. Mastiffs in hand, Havoc's probably loaded, and just running through that team. Unfortunately, Rejects getting caught off guard there against KOA and going down to them.
Twice now we've seen it be the case that when KOA finds you in these indoors areas, especially in these choke points, not much that you can do about this one. Last time it was a deep within the caves. Now the launch side is going to be the side of battle. And nonetheless, they walk away quite happy with this one. The question is, how much positioning control can they keep on this one? As we look towards ATK, they might have found some new prey for themselves. It's a team they were chasing last time. Thomas Moore is like, crap, guys, just stay very, very quiet. Just pretend they didn't see us. Okay, let's see.
Are they actually inside this house?
The shots they are. Shadow tries to get in the shots there with Mo, but unfortunately, it looks like their aiming is way better coming in from Rexu. He's managed to take down one. Will he be able to get another? They do at the very least manage to crack him, so they need the rest of the squad to come in. Golden Shields will protect Speaker for now, and Das able to get both down. Thomas Moore eliminated. They chased them literally all across the map, but unfortunately you cannot run when this Bloodhound has caught your scent, and ATK getting even more KP for themselves.
Let's go this way.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I didn't know that they were in the house there. He comes up the stairs, turns right, and there they are in the cubicle. That's incredible. But yeah, now we see KOA also spotting up the next three targets that they're going to be fighting with. These indoor areas gets a nice headshot. Exo doing some really good work with the wingman there. Havoc out with Lone. He does have the turbocharger on, just like I thought. That gun is absolutely lethal when you have a turbocharger on. And they're going to pin these guys down here. I don't know if they are going to decide to push in now. They've healed up. They're ready to go. The other team is trying to flee. Again, fleeing into the zone, so not a bad fight to pick right now because they can chase them a bit. They got some really good positioning here. Exo taking quite a lot of shots. Lone coming with the Havoc, doing some mad damage right now. And he's going to drop his ult here, which is probably a good idea. They're going to try and head back because actually KOA taking a ton of damage right now. Might be on the back foot, but again, they've got the building behind them. They can quickly fall back. The Gibby ult puts in a position between themselves. Oh, and it's Bamza, the team that they fought last round. Bamza is back for revenge. They want to take this out. They really, really want to get this team out of here because that's exactly what they did to them last game.
I mean, KOA, that was such a risky fight to take. They actually had full awareness of where Bamza was. They even threw in, Lone got the scan out. I was really certain they were just going to let that one go and try and hold out towards the end of the game, but they went for the fight. Fortunately for them, they don't end up losing out. We've seen that Bamza not always the team most confident in their shooting, but unfortunately, guess who's on the approach? It's ATK. Oh. They need to win this fight quickly because ATK is on the way to come and get more points for themselves. Das on the approach. Will he be able to find anybody? Walks into the building, comes across two, and they're going to try and chase him out. KOA really want to try and get this knock. In the meantime, Donut Legends ends up losing out elsewhere on the map. And KOA, you know, they were willing to chase into Bamza, but they see ATK, they're like, nah. Other direction, boys. We are out of here. We do not have a Valk, unfortunately, but we at least have the portal available for EXO. Let ATK kill Bamza for us. We're not going to get involved in this fight.
Yeah, no, they definitely decided to get out of that one very, very quickly. BAMs are also getting out, managing to relocate. These teams doing a really good job of rotating around each other. Just trying to keep everyone on their toes. We do see RTO Gaming in this final zone, taking some shots at ATK, doing a lot of damage to them actually. But excited to see RTO in this final end zone finally, not getting picked off right at the beginning because of an unlucky drop, you know. So we could see them doing some really big work now, being a thorn in the side of these top 3 teams that we've come to knowing because of the past 2 games. NBN also in the cave, got a lot of real estate on the bottom left-hand side of the map. What are they deciding to do? They are literally just jumping in the waterfall, kind of scouting for anything. Huge play actually from Nicestream. So what he's doing is he's going into the sky, I'm sure you know, and you can like obviously pick up a lot of the enemy detections from that Valkyrie passive, which is really, really clever, especially in this area, just to make sure, hey, is there any rats here? Because you can't hide from that. It's like a Bloodhound scan.
Way too good. Nobody's died just yet as all of this has been taking place. ATK looking for more quarry though. They found themselves in a position where, had they go upstairs, they will come across the side of RTO there, waiting for them. KOA, excuse me, RTO's already left the building. Don't think KOA wants to be a part of this. Everyone just rotates away from ATK, man. No one wants to take this. There will be a fight happening, whether they like it or not though. KOA finding themselves shooting into ATK. No shield cracks just yet. They do get the beautiful scan coming in from Lone. Trying to find another position. In the meantime though, EXO, he knows that they know on the side of ATK that they've been scanned out. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He comes down. He's in such an awkward position. They see him. Doesn't manage to get a quick crack off. But ATK now know the direction of the portal. They know where he's fled to. They're coming in. Top level of the tram station is so dangerous. There's going to be a beautiful scan. The speaker. This guy with the wingman put it in his hands and magic happens. They get a crack. Will he be able to get the full knock and kill is the question. Shield drop. Are they going to go in for this one? Beautiful shot coming in with the Peacekeeper there. Another one. It's good. He doesn't get the knock though. Not what he needs exactly. Aiming is going to be good for the rest of the squad because while he's taking out Lone, Rixu's coming in behind him to make magic happen elsewhere. And sure, it does cost at least one of their lives, but who cares? Got a full squad knock. That's another KP happening. Although this might not last for long here, Cam, because RTO are trying to at the very least take advantage of them while they're not at full strength.
Yeah, but I mean, they've just decided, they've healed up so quickly. They've done the armor swaps, they've done the scan. They knew exactly what was happening. As soon as they finished that fight, Das made sure that he got the scan off and RTO were caught in the tracks. As soon as they were running up to the building, they knew. So now they've kind of taken a position underneath ATK, which obviously isn't a bad thing because sometimes the low ground can be better, causing people to drop on top of you. But both these teams have to rotate out. And where are they going? Straight into NBN. NBN has all the real estate in the zone right now. Vinco Gaming also at the top right, having a really good spot on the bridge where they can rotate into. So this is going to be a crazy end zone. We got 5 teams fully stacked. No rats just yet. And all the teams are taking some damage, some shots at each other. Bamza, again, great positioning. Not the most KP, but playing for that position, you know. They know where they need to be. They're in the right position, and they might just find themselves doing some good placement points here. ATK taking shots again. They have dropped down already. And now they forced RTO into the building. And now they are on the upper hand because they can just let them say, listen, you can't come in here because the zone is behind you and we're in front of you. So you're going to have to go through us if you want to do something. Ash doing a portal onto the roof. Really clever portal there. And they're going to actually just decide to kind of move out a bit here. Grab a Kraber. Why is there no vaults for Volcano, though? That is a question I would like answered.
He's had enough. He's had enough of them. Listen.
He's got a Spitfire and a Kraber. Oh my gosh. This guy loves care packages.
Listen, the quota for the day's vaults have already been reached. Thank you very much. So Volcano's not going to get any more of them. But with this Kraber, things are looking quite scary. They have a lot of firepower. Oh my God, Rixu! Are you kidding me? What? That was crazy coming in from him. But he gets taken down for this. This was not for free though. It's another knock there. Big shots coming in, not a full knockdown happening just yet though, and now going in, Wingman is Rex to find at least get a good elimination, but instead ATK, they find themselves surrounded on both sides here, Cam, and they don't manage to get themselves out of danger. They get fully eliminated. RTO also gets taken down, and it's Bamza yet again down to the wire. They've utilized their good positioning. Sure, we had NBN sitting in the best place on the map waiting for this end zone, but in the meantime, Bamza's been the one that's been taking advantage of the fact that they knew where the game was going to be played into. Took their chances, and we're down into the final 3 squads. Yet again, Bamza's there. No rats yet again, but Bamza Vinco, as well as NBN. No matter what your cam, we will have a new winner here in map 3.
Yo, that's really great. I mean, Vinco doing a really good job. They're positioning it insane. The flatline shot's coming out. That Valkyrie is literally one shot. Harrison needs to go and get that kill. 13 HP. He obviously wasn't one. Alliance with a freaking charge rifle getting onto Kuzu. And I think that's MBN going down. No, I lie. MBN is coming in now to finish off Vinco. It's a third party from MBN. They're going to have to do something crazy here. The caustic coming out, which is great, obviously, to give them some cover. In the meantime, MBM decides to just chill a bit, maybe heal. Oh my goodness, but this Gibby with the rampage is in such a good position. Arcstar's coming in, he gets a stick. Vinco is stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. They're going to have to do something crazy to get out. And MBN takes the win. I think they played that perfectly in terms of their third party. They waited and waited and waited, and the zone closed exactly where they needed to. But shout out Bamza, they did a really good job there to just get in between RTO and ATK, managed to stay alive, because Hawkeye was the first one to get knocked with that 319, and then everyone just converged. They managed to get the res, get him up. I'm surprised they didn't reposition with that Valkyrie, but that's besides the point. And then obviously Vinco doing a really good job coming in as well, managing to finish up Bamza, and then obviously getting themselves a top 2, MBN coming in right at the end to finish them off. But yeah, what a game. GG's to MBN. Really, really well played. Good positioning. And those Kraber shots were absolutely godly.
Those Kraber shots were something else. Honestly, something else. And, you know, it's really a good victory for them as well, considering how early into the game they found themselves into the end zone positioning and they chilled. Like it was an exercise in pure patience from them. And it ends up paying off. You know, we've seen a lot of squads that would have much earlier on try to force situations, but they played this quite well, played this with enough patience to win it out. I will say, though, that speaking of patience, I do think that we saw it a little bit out of the ATK squad where they were like, whatever, guys. Patience for who? Let's just go in. Hey, there's a possibility that, you know, this middle part of the map will be covered from 4 or 5 angles. Man, who cares? Let's go in. Is it a thing of them being overconfident, or are we finally starting to see the lack of Valkyrie affect them versus not affecting the other squads who've been easily able to reposition even in similar situations?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I mean, again, it's not part of the way they're running their game. So obviously, we've seen them. They're more of a run and gun team. The thing that I love the most is the fact that they can get into a fight, but the communication is so good between the teammates. I love listening in on these pro players that play, because they immediately all snap to the same target. I don't know if you saw in that bubble fight, Rexu was running for the zone. He was not interested in getting killed by the zone, but his teammate was calling out to him, listen, there's a guy on the left-hand side here in the bubble. They both immediately turn 2 wingman shots to the head, and that team goes down. Yes, they eventually died to the team that was gatekeeping them, but just really being able to fight well in those situations. But again, because they don't have the Volk, they can't reposition, and that might have costed them. But again, the other teams also put themselves in the correct position. Maybe it was a bit of overconfidence because, like you said, they won the first 2 games. They thought they had the third one in the bag. But again, regardless, well played to all the teams. They did really, really well. Bamza getting a top 3 every single game, if I'm not mistaken. ATK winning 2. Yeah, Bamza was top 3.
They were fourth. They were fourth in the second game, I think.
Oh, no. Second game they were third.
Oh, second game was third.
Donut game went for, so they've literally did top 3 every single game. So that's crazy. That's a really, really good feat, especially in these lobbies where positioning is important. People often think, obviously, kill point's the most important thing. But when it comes on to Championship Sunday, everybody needs to remember, match point is played. Once you hit 50 points, you have to win a game. So it's great if you can run through teams, you get 10th place and you get 30 kills. It's great. Whoop-de-doo. KP is awesome. But you need to actually be able to close it out. You need to know what's happening in the end zone so that you can finish off the match. And they definitely are doing a really good job at that. So I'm excited to see what they do next. But yeah, again, well played to all the teams. That was some really, really exciting Apex.
Some fantastic Apex, and of course that was the penultimate game of this matchup that we have in this opening group stage for the final day of the gold tier. As we're loading up into the 4th and final game of the lobby, we are going to remind you all that we are giving away some free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff? As much as you are enjoying the entertainment of the Apex Legends squads here in South Africa, we also want to give something back to you. So if you haven't already, head on over to the chat, type in EGL Apex, that's EGL Apex, all small caps, put it into the chat, and then you'll be entered into a 250 Rand Steam giveaway. That way you can get yourself some free swag. I don't know if there's an upcoming Steam sale, but it would be nice to just have that free dosh, right? Just chilling in the wallet for nothing. So type in EGL Apex, get yourself involved in that draw, and later on today we will be announcing who has won said draw and who has gotten themselves that free piece of swag. It'll be awesome. So that's going to be, my bad. Oh, snap. I messed up. I messed up my formatting. My bad, everybody. So this is some gold tier action for the day. Group F taking on Group B. And that was the final game between the two groups for the evening. So the points haul is done. It's clear. NBN, of course, will now be extremely relieved to have gotten themselves those points at the very end of the game. That does, of course, mean that we have yet another group to watch, another group whose hopes and dreams might be crushed or made here today in this EGL Apex action. So with that in mind, we're going to be taking a small break before we return with some of that more group stage action in the gold tier. Group H and Group D are coming up next, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Camceej and Snare taking a small break. When we return, some more EGL Apex action brought to you by Evesports, powered by HP and HP Omen, and of course enjoyed by you at home. We'll see you in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
All the way the distance here, sitting at Lava Siphon. And that is an aggressive TP, I believe, from the Wraith player. So this fight is really waging up. And they're just stuck out in the open, but it's a bit of a far distance. Oh, wait! Ow!
Ends up going out in the end. Oh, great shot there. Great crack giving him again. Will be able to actually get a knockdown though. And get a full kill. Gonna be Hayes getting taken down. Zero Flex. Finds himself losing out as well. And oh my god, already we have NBN choosing violence in the
massive shots onto someone in the bubble. Daswick has popped his ult as well. They've got 2 down already. There's 1 person left. And they're gonna surround this Wraith and they're gonna finish him off. Are they? They're gonna finish him off? Rexu finish him off? Did they get him?
Yeah,
I don't think they did get him. Okay, nice. And they're gonna get the res off. Wow. Could be quite a clutch play. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is just going straight into the action right now. Volcano just doing mad things with an R01. He's got his wingman. He knocks the Gibby. He's gonna use the Gibby's bubble against the enemy team. Wingman's coming out from ATK like crazy. They managed to thirst the 1. Nut goes down, and Donut Legends are left with 2 players.
And they'll be fine with this. But I suppose as well, like, if you are the team that you already know that you're doing really well, one of the easiest ways to guarantee yourself into being into the last 5 squads remaining is to just kill everybody else. And you're like, sweet, then we know exactly who you are. RTO Gaming, trying to adopt similar attack here. What do you mean?
Best thing ever. But speaking of powerful weapons, you've got a Kraber in the hands of Limitless right now, and if he can get a nice pick, he still has white shields, which is very interesting. I don't know if they just haven't been able to find anyone to farm some damage, but 1 shot and he'll be up to a blue if he can hit this one. Nice 145 onto the Bloodhound.
Find himself in a bit of an awkward place, got cracked. Will need to go in back for the shield.
Oh, and it was ATK.
They've also shown up now. They want to make this a full party, and here they're going in. The speaker closing in on the side here. They love doing this on the side of ATK, going for these pincer maneuvers, and it's working out magnificently. They've gotten the 1 down. They've got.
I love that guy. So let's see if Ice Cream can do the same and maybe take Pickle's place as #1 rat in ZA. But yeah, lots of teams on the left-hand side. The team there at the bottom is also only rotating in from staging now, and they're going to have a very tough fight coming in unless they get a really nice. So at the bottom is also only rotating in from staging now, and they're going to have a very tough fight coming in unless they get a really nice third party going. Gibby ult coming down right now. Rexu on the Ash is doing absolute work with his R3 when he actually gets a knock on Cyberstorm there. He doesn't miss. Massive R3 1-shots coming in from Rexu again. He gets another knock. And then to that charge rifle. NBN stuck in a really sticky situation. The Corsic is going to drop now, but what is he going to do? He's getting beamed by Rexu. Can Volcano clutch it up right now with the Oh, have to get out. Fights in this area are extremely claustrophobic, and there's just so much happening. The communication has to be so on point with your team in order to know what is going on. Again, early game, everyone's got blue and white shields. It's very risky to be fighting down here now. Munch going to be coming in. This team was behind the team that was behind the team that was behind the other team, and now they are coming in. Everyone is converging on this cave, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. They 3-2-1ing him. They get a massive bunch of R301 beams on him. They do know they're here now, but this is massive shots coming in from him. They got arc stars, they got everything they need. Big PK shots coming in. Oh, the digital threat with the smoke. I absolutely love this.
They're trying to make sure that ATK has finally joined the fight to get involved with everybody else, and they're gonna be wreaking away, at least keep his squad alive for the time being. He will be able to do so, but the early access lineup will not. As Hawkeye gets taken down with Cyberstorm, and that's going to be ATK once again eliminating a squad. Looks like Vinco Gaming are soon going to suffer the same fate. Volcano takes out Kano at the same time.
He has just rezzed his teammates. I thought that's what he was doing because he was in the exact location. He's managed to res his two teammates, so that could be quite big for them. RTO Gaming, hopefully they can get some extra placement points. And as you see that, the KOA has been completely out of the action the whole game. Just playing the pure position and rotation game, which I do quite fair. They do get the bubble out. PK coming out from Daswick. He's going to go on the lifeline again. Massive 90 shots. Can his team help him out? The lifeline actually does all the damage right there. He's quickly going to come in with the port so that they can get him out, reset, get the res, because the Gibby ult as well also coming in. Someone actually went through the portal.
Positioning in order to secure themselves and not just yet. In the end, they'll get taken out somewhere else on the map right now. Something interesting about this RTO squad. You were talking earlier about how many Octane will we potentially see. We have one here being played by Jazz, but that Octane might actually get taken out. As we do see Rexu
taking a lot of thermite damage there. Massive shots in hand from Radioactive, taking some good shots in there. Alone with the PK. Nice. Gets a knock on Kidda. That is a huge knock, and now he knows, guys, you need to push him right now. Another big shot coming in. Oh my word, this vision is just incredible. He can see everyone.
All the way the distance here, sitting at Lava Siphon. And that is an aggressive TP, I believe, from the Wraith player. So this fight is really waging up. And they're just stuck out in the open, but it's a bit of a far distance. Oh, wait! Ow!
ends up going out in the end. Oh, great shot there. Great crack giving him again. Will be able to actually get a knockdown though. Get a full kill. Gonna be Hayes getting taken down. Zero Flex finds himself losing out as well. And oh my god, already we have NBN choosing violence in the
massive shots onto someone in the bubble. Daswick has popped his ult as well. They've got two down already. There's one person left. And they're gonna surround this Wraith and they're gonna finish him off. Are they? They're gonna finish him off. Rex, finish him off. Did they get him?
Yeah,
I don't think they did get him. Okay, nice. And they're gonna get the res off. Wow. Could be quite a clutch play. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is just going straight into the action right now. Volcano just doing mad things with an R01. He's got his wingman. He knocks the Gibby. He's going to use the Gibby's bubble against the enemy team. Wingman's coming out from ATK like crazy. They managed to thirst the one. Nut goes down, and Donut Legends are left with two players.
And they'll be fine with this. But I suppose as well, like, if you are the team that you already know that you're doing really well, one of the easiest ways to guarantee yourself into being into the last 5 squads remaining is to just kill everybody else. And you're like, sweet, then we know exactly who you are. RTO Gaming trying to adopt similar attack here. What do you mean?
Best thing ever. But speaking of powerful weapons, we've got a Kraber in the hands of Limitless right now, and if he can get a nice pick, he still has white shields, which is very interesting. I don't know if they just haven't been able to find anyone to farm some damage, but one shot and he'll be up to a blue if he can hit this one. Nice 145 onto the Bloodhound.
Find himself in a bit of an awkward place. Got cracked. Will need to go in back for the shield.
Oh, and it was ATK.
They've also shown up now. They want to make this a full party, and here they're going in. The speaker closing in on the side here. They love doing this on the side of ATK, going for these pincer maneuvers, and it's working out magnificently. They've gotten the one down.
I love that guy. So let's see if Ice Cream can do the same and maybe take Pickle's place as #1 rat in ZA. But yeah, lots of teams on the left-hand side. The team there at the bottom is also only rotating in from station now, and they are going to have a very tough fight coming in unless they get a really nice... The bottom is also only rotating in from station now, and they are going to have a very tough fight coming in unless they get a really nice third party going. Gibby ult coming down right now. Rexu on the Ash is doing absolute work with his R3 when he actually gets a knock on Cyberstorm there. He doesn't miss. Massive R3 shots coming in from Rexu again. He gets another knock, and they're going to thirst the kill there. Volcano taking a lot of damage though to that charge rifle. NBN stuck in a really sticky situation. The Corsic is going to drop now, but what is he going to do? He's getting beamed by Rexu. Can Volcano clutch it up right now with the Oh, have to get out. Fights in this area are extremely claustrophobic, and there's just so much happening. The communication has to be so on point with your team in order to know what is going on. Again, early game, everyone's got blue and white shields. It's very risky to be fighting down here now. Munch going to be managed coming in. This team was behind the team that was behind the team that was behind the other team, and now they are coming in. Everyone is converging on this cave, and it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. They 3-2-1ing him. They get a massive bunch of R301 beams on him. They do know they're here now, but this is massive shots coming in from him. They got Arc Stars, they got everything they need. Big PK shots coming in. Oh, the digital threat with the smoke. I absolutely love this.
They're trying to make sure ATK has finally joined the fight to get involved with everybody else, and they're going to be wreaking away, at least keep his squad alive for the time being. He will be able to do so, but the early access lineup will not. As Hawkeye gets taken down with Cyberstorm, and that's going to be ATK once again eliminating a squad. Looks like Vinco Gaming is soon going to suffer the same fate. Volcano takes out Kano at the same time.
He has just rezzed his teammates. I thought that's what he was doing because he was in the exact location. He's managed to res his 2 teammates, so that could be quite big for them. RTO Gaming, hopefully they can get some extra placement points. And as you say that, the KOA has been completely out of the action the whole game, just playing the pure position and rotation game, which I do quite fair. They do get the bubble out. PK coming out from Daswick. He's going to go on the lifeline again. Massive 90 shots. Can his team help him out? The lifeline actually does all the damage right there. He's quickly going to come in with the port so that they can get him out, reset, get the res, because the Gibby ult as well also coming in. Someone actually went through the portal.
Positioning in order to secure themselves and not just yet. In the end, they'll get taken out somewhere else on the map right now. Something interesting about this RTO squad. You were talking earlier about how many Octades will we potentially see. We have one here being played by Jazz, but that Octade might actually get taken out. We do see Rexu
taking a lot of thermite damage there. Massive shots in hand from Radioactive, taking some good shots in there. Low with the PK. Nice. Gets a knock on Kidda. That is a huge knock, and now he knows, guys, we need to push him right now. Another big shot coming in. Oh my word, this vision is just incredible. He can see everyone.
All the way the distance here, sitting at Lava Siphon. And that is an aggressive TP, I believe, from the Wraith player. So this fight is really waging up. And they're just stuck out in the open, but it's a bit of a far distance. Oh, wait! Ow!
ends up going out in the end. Oh, great shot there. Great crack giving up again. Will be able to actually get a knockdown though. Get a full kill. Gonna be Hayes getting taken down. Zero Flex finds himself losing out as well. And oh my god, already we have NBN choosing violence in the
massive shots onto someone in the bubble. Daswick has popped his ult as well. They've got 2 down already. There's 1 person left. And they're gonna surround this Wraith and they're gonna finish him off. Are they? They're gonna finish him off. Rex, finish him off. Did they get him?
Yeah,
I don't think they did get him. Okay, nice. And they're gonna get the res off. Wow. Could be quite a clutch play. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is just going straight into the action right now. Volcano just doing mad things with an R1. He's got his wingman. He knocks the Gibby. He's going to use the Gibby's bubble against the enemy team. Wingman's coming out from ATK like crazy. They managed to thirst the 1. Nut goes down, and Donut Legends are left with 2 players.
And they'll be fine with this. But I suppose as well, like, if you are the team that you already know that you're doing really well, one of the easiest ways to get...
Let me take you for a ride. Dancing with the lights. Our hearts beating like a drum. My baby, dancing with the lights. Together we could chase the sun.
through the archives. I seen a picture of you looking like a star shines. And you're bright, 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 bright. Like the lights on a fight night, night. Love hit me like a mic. You know I'ma get it right. So stay with me. Run away with me. Need like a dope fiend, need dope. Need like a coke fiend, need coke. Even though your heart cold, ski slope. I really hope the song bringing me close.
Welcome back here to EGL Apex. the premier Apex tournament here in South Africa, where we will be giving away 70,000 Rand to 8 squads competing at the highest levels of Apex action. Of course, all of this is brought to you by Evesports, powered by HP and HP Omen. And as we've seen so far, the gold tier, the final day of the gold tier group stage matches, heating up quite a lot. And the final 40 slots for the semifinals, who are going to be competing for the final 20 slots in the grand finals. It is still anybody's game. It's still anybody's contest. And of course, the upcoming lobby is one that could still shake everything up and determine the future for many of the players here in the EGL tournament. My name's Snare. I'm joined by Camceej. And Cam, we saw some hype earlier. This is it. This is the last one, the last group stage match that we're going to have here, right? There's no more action after this. There's no more second chances, no more mulligans, no more tries. Who do you think? Give me one team, right, that you think is going to use this as an opportunity to bring their best foot forward here in this final day, the final stage of gold tier action.
Wow, that's a big question. I was actually just about to bring up the fact that I haven't actually spectated any of these teams yet. I don't know if you have, so I'm very excited to see this lobby because I don't know how it's going to match up. Obviously we've seen them in the qualifiers, but I personally haven't casted any of these teams. I do see some names that look pretty familiar. One team, Carries, Caramel Gamer, Masuko, extremely talented FPS players, as well as Akil. I've actually seen him play some Apex as well. So that's definitely a team that has my attention right now. I don't know how they're performing just yet, but I'm excited to see what they do. X Warzone as well, the Mentrix, I play with him quite a bit, and I'm sure he's playing with two guys that are also really, really talented. So those two teams, definitely got my eyes on them for this game. Is there anybody that you've seen that you know about in this lobby that could switch things up, like you said, that could get some crazy points tonight and just completely throw off the leaderboard?
This is so unfair. This is a bit unfair that we have you on the broadcast because you play with so many of these people. I was actually going to bring up X Warzone and say, yo, Lemon Tricks, this is someone that when I've seen him, I've been quite impressed as well. So I'm looking towards them as a great team. But the thing that you mentioned, I think, is the most prescient thing about the groups that we have here. You know, earlier on in the day when we were watching Group F versus Group B, you had an ATK, you had a Vinco, teams that you're like, all right, cool, we expect these squads. They're coming in with a larger reputation than anybody else in the lobby. Here in H&D, it's not necessarily the case in that regard. So I'm actually glad that we don't have a standout team in that fashion that's going to just take over everything. I mean, sure, we've got Caramel, we've got Lemon Tricks in the lobby, but there's no guarantee that they are going to be the ones posting up the same numbers that we saw earlier from ATK. But like you mentioned, these are people that have that level of experience. They played a lot of this game. But one thing I think is going to be interesting. Obviously, we've spoken a lot, the team compositions and legend compositions, quite a lot in the earlier broadcast. I don't think we're going to get that many surprises here, but I do, for some reason, Cam, think we're going to get a lot more early and sustained action, unlike what we saw in the previous lobby where game 1, crazy, game 2, a bit more quiet, game 3, people are holding on towards the end. I don't think anybody here is prepared to be patient at all. I think it'll be a bloodbath from jump. What do you think?
Well, I'm hoping for that because, yeah, like you said, we want to see some change-ups. We want to see some mix-up in the leaderboard. And these teams, again, haven't seen that much of them. Again, the teams that could be coming from nowhere, really, not having much Apex competitive background, playing in their first tournament together as a team, seeing how they go, potentially getting picked up by an organization like we saw DNMK do, playing as friends, being extremely well-versed in the game, performing well in tournaments, and then getting picked up by a huge org like the NMK, which is obviously massive. We can see that happen with other teams here. We can see that with Water Toasters, with Aim Assist, with Sparks. These guys that are obviously playing the game a lot. They've been putting a lot of time in. They got this far to gold tier, and they're ready to push onto the weekend stages. They want to make a name for themselves. So hopefully we can see them do something crazy in this lobby. Like you mentioned, early fights again. First game, it's always one or the other for me. It's always really, really quiet. People are really sussing each other out, or it's a complete opposite and everyone is just holding the W key or pressing the analog forward, if you will, and just going for the other teams. So hopefully we see some more of that. Again, meta changes. I don't think anything's going to be crazy in terms of the meta. Like you said, we've seen it all before now. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be the normal. In terms of drop spots, I don't know. Again, that's something that will change up now as well. Do teams decide to drop with another team? Do they know where each of them are dropping? Because like we said, these guys have been playing through a qualifier series, so they know some of their teams that they're opposing. So do they decide to drop in a location opposed to another because of a team that is in this lobby. Oh wow, we need to be scared of Violet Wolves because we know they drop here. We've seen them on their stream or in the other qualifiers do really well in this location. Do we want to stay away? Do we want to be careful? Do we want to actually just drop on them and grief them? I don't know. Maybe that's the play for them as well. So I guess we will have to see what happens.
Yep, we're going to be seeing what happens very, very shortly as the game is currently loading right now. Game 1 of the final 3 games of the Gold Tier group stages. And as we're about to kick things off, remember that not only, as Cam was mentioning, are these teams competing for large prize money, the 70K, they're competing for sponsorships, they're competing to be recognized as professional players. And if you want to get yourself some degree of recognition and sponsorship, type in EGL Apex into the chat and we'll be awarding one person today with a 250 Rand Steam gift voucher. Make sure you type it in all small caps. You only get one entry, EGL Apex, and later on today, we will be handing that out to one lucky winner. Looking back at the game itself, as we're going into this one, Cam has been talking about how important it is that we get those very good drops early. Important it is to position yourself in a winning spot. A little bit of RNG obviously comes into effect as well, but I think big thing that we saw in the previous lobby, Cam, positioning. We saw Valks, the one time that we saw a squad go a bit too far, you know, Valk, Pathfinder, and an Ashe. It didn't work out in that regard. But we have seen that Valkyrie, especially if you aren't a team that has the mega confidence, say, of an 80K, it does feel like it's sort of a requirement if you want to get yourself into that top 5.
Yeah, no, definitely. So again, normal picks coming through here in terms of legends. We're seeing Lulupai actually picking up the lifeline. We saw one last game in the last of the games, and again, we didn't agree exactly with the play, just because in these fights it doesn't normally work out well enough that you can actually get a res off as a lifeline, and she doesn't play that much help. Again, when she had a res shield, great pick. But now not so much. But let's see what Lulupai can do with this lifeline. All the teams other than that look pretty standard. And we are dropping in, going over staging and countdown. And the map is looking juicy. I'm really excited to see what these teams decide to do. Is everyone going to drop in the same spot? They didn't make that agreement in the lobby. So I think we will be seeing some chilled action at the beginning, hopefully. 2 teams dropping staging, 1 taking Skyhook. And the rest deciding to drop off now. Kara carries one team that I'm definitely highlighting right now, heading towards Lava Siphon. Doesn't seem like they contested, which is probably a good thing. Another team going thermal. Teams are very, very spread out. Besides the 2 at staging, it looks like everyone else has got a POI. As I say that, there's actually 2 teams in Fragment. 2 teams in Fragment East. I don't know if they're going to fight off the rip, but it's going to be interesting. X Warzone again, another highlight team. Getting a nice wingman here for Lamentrix. He's got a Bangalore on him, which is pretty cool. Again, like you said, we love playing Bangalore, but is she right for the comp meta? I don't know. They don't have a Bloodhound, which is pretty interesting. Normally, you'd run a Bloodhound with this kind of meta, but as I say that, Grease Gaming, the team that is opposing them, does have a Bloodhound of Volk and the usual Gibby. They're deciding to actually just rotate off this bridge. Maybe not wanting to get into the fight just yet. They need to get a little bit more loot. Getting a Rampage R301. I don't think you get better RNG than that. He's just looking for a nice shield now. His teammates already has blue, which is obviously great. And yeah, they're going to be able to loot up towards the west side. I think they obviously sniffed out the team on the east and decided, well, let's just back off a bit, grab some more loot, and then we'll engage a bit later. Zone is really close as well, as you can see. It's just to the south of them, so they can rotate. Climatizer looking really lonely for the team up there. They're going to be able to loot up, go through Epic Center, and just take their time on this rotation. Teams in staging haven't backed off yet. No one's gone Lava Fisher, no one's gone Landslide, so I'm not sure what their play is. Are they going to engage? Are they just having a bit of a standoff? I guess we'll have to see how that unfolds.
Yeah, it's 2 teams within the region. Doesn't seem like anybody really has that much appetite for conflict just yet early on. Even the teams that are in similar zones, or similar areas rather. Zone's still going to be quite a while, so they have some time to play around. Interestingly enough, actually, you were just mentioning this team, but RGK, they are everywhere on the map. They have kill switch over on Dome. They're chilling with like players just spread so far apart right now. This is kind of intriguing for me whenever I see this happen. Just wondering what the mentality is of the team and whether or not they have the full confidence to come back together. But I suppose they left the Bloodhound to be the one to make this full big move by himself. So probably the one best able to keep himself protected. Gonna try and get himself a quick zippy. Everything should be fine. Still nothing happening really on the map. Where is going to be the final zone here? That is the question. But another big question that I have is, since we haven't actually had all that crazy action happen just yet, does it seem like it's going to be one of those, like you mentioned, that we're not going to get just for W press isn't happening. People are going to chill, they're going to relax, they're looking for the points from the squad placement, not just the points from kills.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, this is something that they're going to have to do because this lobby isn't as full as it normally would be. Obviously, some players not managing to get or just dropping out in general. There's only 11 squads, so they're going to have to play final zone because if you die off early here... Oh, again, I say that, but it actually would make more sense to W key now because you could be top 10 quite easily. But you don't want that, right? You could easily sit yourself in top 5 if you know there's 11 squads and you think other teams are going to fight each other. Rather let them fight so you can get a better like placement point, I guess. Violet Wolves just looting up here. In Skyhook area. I don't know if those two teams that staging actually fought. They didn't. The team is rotated into Skyhook. So there's, I think, 2 teams still in Skyhook. Infinity Lag is, and another team there. Again, not fighting each other just yet. A lot of looting happening. The pretty normal procedure. Everyone's finding the guns that they're comfortable with. Guns that have been the most popular tonight, definitely your shotguns. Shotguns still seem to be in higher level play. I think shotgun, I'd never use shotgun. I mean, that explains a lot because, yeah, you need to have really good accuracy with those things. And often my PK hits for 9 and I can't deal with that. So R301, again, one of the most popular picks as well as the Wingman. There's actually fights going down here. I'm just completely ignoring that. I'm talking about an R301. Someone is fighting in Skyhook. We're getting crafting going on as well in the middle of the gunfight. I love the crafting. I think it's actually quite meta to craft mid-gunfight. It gives you cover and you can upgrade your shield at the same time. It's a 2-for-1 bargain. Verified with his Wingman just looking over this battlefield right now. He's got a purple shield, taking some shots down. Again, I don't know if this is the right play. Kenny deciding to push up a little bit, maybe try to get a bit of a different angle on this team that is on the receiving end. Big shots coming from Kenny actually. Bruiser on the Wingman. Don't know how he does that.
Baboon, he's the one that got clipped with that one. He'll decide to just get out of here, him and the squad. He's playing another Pathfinder, and we are seeing why. The zipline created, everybody's out, so they finally find a way to get themselves far away from that fight. Ex-Warzone, in the meantime, might be in a war zone. Some shots flying in towards them. Lemon Tricks forced to run inside with this bangle. Got cracked. Who are they fighting against at the moment? That's also going to be the question. And the scary thing about this kind of fight is they might actually be pinned down here. Whether or not they can get out is going to be the question. Lemon Tricks taken out initially. There will be an early res. They do not want to let this be that easy. But now that they know that they are here, Kara coming in. You see Aquia getting the shots out right now with the Wingman as the R301 finishes the ammo. We'll look for the drop down past the zipline. It's a dangerous area to go into. We'll instead just look for the shots down range. Gets them off. Kara. Stick to the camera gamer sitting here with this Valkyrie, trying to move in from the maneuver from behind. It's a bit dangerous because you're all coming in with the uphill disadvantage, but very nice jump to get himself leveled up. And Caramel Gamer goes in, gets the knock onto Fluffy Mage. Very nicely played here by Karas. And the Kara carries, they're not done just yet with this full fight, because there's still more action coming in from RJK on the other side. And it looks here, Cam, like the shield though will provide enough impetus for the Kara carrier to stay alive. They got themselves a squad knock, squad kill, some easy KP, and they get to walk away for free without having to pay the price for this one.
Yeah, hopefully they can get away. I'm sure they will. They do have Caramel on that Valkyrie, so they can redeploy if they do want to. I think he was trying to set it up there. One thing I want to say is I love all the Hemlocks being played right now, actually, because another really good gun. Caramel taking some shots on there with the Hemlock. They are going to rotate a bit out. They got that KP, like you said, and managed to get away pretty much unscathed, which is a good thing. There is a team, RGK again, behind them. They do have zone position, but there's going to be a lot of teams rotating in behind them. We see 3 teams coming in from the northwest position that are going to be rotating in. I see Ex-Warzone also managed to get away somehow. Lamentrix got rezzed, and they are deciding to rotate through the top cave area. Again, all these teams converging, still 10 squad left, so basically only 1 team going down so far, which is really, really good. These teams definitely looking more for the position rather than the kill points. Yeah, this end zone is going to be interesting over Lava Siphon. I'm excited to see what happens. Random squad getting a Maggie in here from Zulu Machine Gaming. Wow, first Maggie of the evening. Nice. This is a combo and a half, a Maggie and a Caustic. I kind of like it. They know there's a team outside though. Can they hold this team off? Infinity Lag is shooting them, but Caramel takes a ton of damage there as we move to a different fight happening towards Lava Siphon. Kara's going to be able to hit this bat and hopefully not take too much more damage, because RGK on the hunt right now. Bloodhound, as I say that, he decides to turn around. Okay, so they were going to engage. I think if they got the knock there, they definitely push onto that, but deciding that's probably better to just rotate out of that one. PKG also, TKO, apologies, also taking some shots down here towards the south of the map. All these teams are in zone, so I'm not quite too sure why they're spending so much ammo and shields on these fights rather than picking a position and just holding it down.
Practice, man. Practice makes perfect. We're like, let's get used to shooting these Owens in this particular way. We probably know that we won't get the full knocks, but you know, you also... I see this a lot in fighting games. Doesn't happen as much in most shooting games. It sometimes happens in CS though, where you sort of condition your opponent to expect a fight from you in a particular area. We do see one breakout now. Grease Gaming getting some shots down range with Quano, but although this might end up being a shield break, needs to be careful here. Need to watch out in case X Warzone are indeed able to get this full grab. Lemon Tricks, nice, getting another shield break. Looking super good with this wingman. It's been, might not be the most popular gun of the day, but it's been certainly one of the more impactful ones. They're not going to be able to find everything they need though, as they will ultimately... Oh, Sparks actually just got eliminated. TKO took them out elsewhere on the map, and please spectate me. Founding a bunch of kills. Kill leader right now with 3. Of course, X Warzone now, after all that's been happening, they're like, how important it is for us to be in this particular area of the fight? Maybe not that much, so they're trying to finally get themselves away from this action towards instead the zone. And hopefully for them, they can actually make it past X Warzone without suffering too much damage on the way.
Yeah, but I see another team actually rotating in from the hill. So these two teams fighting here need to either rotate out or finish up, because there's a team pulling in from the hill above, and they are going to get third party by Hellrogue and his boys on the hill. Again, that team that got taken out was unfortunately the Maggie Caustic combo. TKO managed to find them in staging and take them out. But yeah, really cool pick. I enjoyed that. So let's see. X Warzone deciding to push on now. They are going to go in. They do have barrage, but again, useless if the team is inside. Quickly smoking off and trying to get away now. I don't know about this play. Like, they're going for the push. They don't have a knock yet. I'm not quite sure what they want to do. 3 teams in. There's another team. They've rotated back towards the hill. And now we are on with Carries in the opposite area, taking another fight here. All got purple shield. This is really good. Obviously, G7 Scout in hand for Caramel. Absolutely crazy heirloom weapon that we don't see enough either, I don't think. Man, and Austria 1 from a kill here. Taking some shots. There's a Gibby ult coming down though. Do they have a bubble? They don't. It looks like they're all going to have to run away quickly.
The drop fade. They'll get some shots in though. Shield break will come in from the Caramel Gamer. Not able to get the full knock though. It's a bit regrettable. Lemon Tricks in the meantime does get some kills elsewhere. This particular engagement, as X Warzone have walked away from this fight, it's actually pretty funny. The fight that they just took, how the fight started initially, is the team that started the fight against them relocated out as the third party came in. So they're like, oh, y'all can fight each other. We're just going to leave you alone. Lemon Tricks though, they are running here to try and keep up with the zone. They've left one behind. Of course, it does happen sometimes. It is what it is. What can you do? It is an Ash though, and it is only an early ring, so it shouldn't be a death. Should be fine at the end of the day.
Yeah, they got some good momentum coming down that hill as well, so you should be able to heal and get in quite quickly, but they are rotating straight into another team, which is probably the worst thing. They had a really good rotation out. It was clever of them to head back towards the zone. Even though it could take some damage off you, they weren't going to get out any other way, so that's the only reason they're alive right now. But they are going to be rotating into another team. Carries again, repositioning so much. I don't know if they did do a redeploy, but they've repositioned towards the tree area of the map. Going to just hug the edge of the zone. They got some buildings to work with here. So many teams we see actually inside the zone, which is a pretty interesting play. I don't know. No one wants to fight, so they'd rather just stay inside the zone. I don't know where these teams are going to come out. It's pretty interesting. Lamentrix and them are managing to get in just inside Lava Siphon. But again, zone is pushing even smaller and further right. And all these teams are rotating from the northern section and having to get in. And there's only one team in the zone, if I'm not mistaken. Two teams in the zone that are fighting. Violet Wolves right now in a fight with another team. Looking pretty good. TKO as well. They're the other team in the zone. So it's Violet Wolves and TKO. With the best positioning right now, the 6 other teams are going to have to find their way into the zone. This end zone is interesting. I like it. I like this end zone in the lava area. There's a lot of verticality. There's a lot of cover. and it becomes very, very interesting. Positioning is so important in an area like this. Who has high ground, who doesn't? What's the Gibby dome looking like? What's the Gibby ult looking like? So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yep. And the interesting thing about it is that there's several angles of elevation available here. As Violet will find themselves falling prey to some of those angles right now, dealing with shots coming in from on high. We swap to the Infinity Laggers, who we haven't seen in a little bit of time. We saw quite earlier on in the matchup, but now they are doing decently well for themselves as well. They have unfortunately gotten a knockdown onto the Bloodhound, so Kenny and Vera TTV will have to try and make sure that they come back. Kara carries. They're inside the ring right now without too much issue, and they're enclosing onto the launch site here. We do see that on the team that they are heading into should be able to catch some vision onto them. TKO, if they see this coming, could be a big fight breaking out here. And indeed, they've seen it. They've gotten the vision. Here come the shots raining in. Inside here, RGK might be closing in to join the fight as well. But in the meantime, the Kara carries will be trying to get another squad knock, get some more kills for themselves. RGK, will they be able to get here to be involved in the fight in time? Already, it's not looking that easy for them in this situation. Killswitch needs some assistance, needs some support. Josh Moodley heading in that direction, and they want to try to drop down here, looking for the angle around, and they have gotten said angle, they have gotten the kills, they have gotten the shots, and random SA squad has been taken out. TTV was the last person standing. Unfortunately, it will not be standing for too long.
But now there's another team. Infinity Laggers are also in the area. They decided to leave their boy Kenny behind. They need to rotate in. Really good job there from RGK to stay alive, stay on the high ground, and get that team down. But they again have a huge rotation to come through here. But this is what the fight you were talking about a bit earlier. Kara carries in this bubble fight right now with another team on this rocky outcliff area. There's only 7 squads left. This is a big squad fight for them if they can do it. That Gibby's Flesh, Caramel just holding it until the dome goes down, and he just leaves them in the corner. Poor guy, doesn't even let them run out a little bit, just sprays down with the R301. There's another team extremely close to them. They have a pretty good position here. Again, hopefully just not going to get pushed. They actually are. Violet Wolves has decided, you know what, time for the third party. But now there's this team shooting them from the dome. They have a good position. I think they need to pick a side and run, because it looks like they're quite split. Okay, they're going to decide to run. They're rather going to rotate a bit back, but now Kara is actually going to rotate in behind them. And they might have left their backs exposed now. Again, the people shooting at them was actually X-Warzone. Look at the real estate they have. Lemenchik's all the way on the edge of the zone. Zesty all the way by Dome. They got a ton of space here. Blazing.
All the space on Earth. They literally have it all. Blazing almost found himself getting taken out there. He was sort of in a pincer position between both X-Warzone and RJK. Kara carries. We see them throwing some shots downrange because the side here of TKO, they're trying to get closer to the zone, but they might be prevented from doing so. These shots flying in, and this aim from the R301, not good enough to get a full knockdown just yet. There have been several cracks, and there we go. Caramel Gamer able to take out Palti. That's something. So yeah, one down, 2 to go, but they're finding the res here. They need to try and rush if they want to try and get this full takedown. Will there be another knock? Not just yet, not just yet.
But all 3 of them, R301s in hand, just absolutely hunting this team right now. They know exactly what's happening. Apologies, actually. Masuka with the flatline again, another crazy gun. Paddy goes down again, and his team is in a 2v3 situation. Akil has literally no health right now, so hope he can get this med kit off. Otherwise, it would be a 2v2. They do get the one. Are they going to decide to maybe pull out of this one? They have the dome, but now obviously dome has been used, so they need to decide, is it going to be worth our time to push through, or do we rather back off?
Listen, you watch Caramel's stream, we know exactly what he's going to be doing as they push forward. Finally take out Palti properly this time around. Now they have reduced the amount of numbers available for the side of TKO. 2 to go, but they're not going to be super aggressive on this one. They are still cognizant of the direction of the zone, and they're going to start heading in that particular area of the map. The issue is, though, X-Warzone, as we can see, are prepared to throw out pot shots anywhere. Lemon Tricks just positioning with the wingman. Again, I'm not sure why people are using wingmans and R3s as sniper rifles, but here we are nonetheless. That's what's happening, and we're talking about how much real estate they have. Also, the degree of control they have over said real estate. They are on the edge of the dome. They have their backs towards it, so they know for a fact there's no easy way to flank them. All the lava is in front of them, so even moving through the empty channels is quite difficult. So definitely the best place to be as RJK. Not the great place to be for them. They've lost 2 players. They lose a third here, not just yet. John Moodley, Josh, what a player, We'll end up getting taken out ultimately, but the KP still going to be good for the squad. Regrettably, though, both TKO and RJK get removed from play because Caramel Gamer and the Kara carries, they show up as the third parties in this one, and they walk away with all the birthday cake.
Yeah, they really do in that situation. I mean, Josh doing an absolute madness there to try and get the thirst on the one guy, and then obviously Kara coming in to finish it up. Blazing, he is one-man army right now, hiding somewhere in this map, and we have the rest of the teams, 3 full teams. Again, Ect Warzone doing a really good job. 2 of our highlight teams in this final zone. Violet Wolves also doing a really good job. They are on the low ground though, so they are going to have to be careful of how they rotate in, but I think they are on the close side of zone. So they won't have to worry too much about their backs. They know pretty much where every team is. As you can see there at the bottom left, they are in a pretty good spot. I think they actually have one of the domes covering them, so they have quite a bit of cover. Blazing, not going to move right now. I don't know how he gets out of this one because the zone is so far away from him, unfortunately. But maybe we see him do something crazy like Bamza did in the previous set of games. Again, Caramel Gamers and them, they're gonna have to rotate in. I don't know what their play is here. Do they go left? Do they go right? Do they try to go through X War Zone, or do they try and play the other side? This zone hurts a lot. We do know that. So you need to get in as soon as possible because, yeah, moving in is great with the zone, but when you're trying to shoot, when you're trying to move in, when you're trying to run over lava, and then there's a Gibby ult dropping on you, it's not easy. And when the zone is tickling your bum as well... Oh, there we go. Never mind. I forgot that they have a Vault.
Valky, baby.
And they're landing on this team right now. They see the one guy. I don't know if it's Blazing or the team of X Warzone, and they're coming in with the shots with the Spitfire. There goes Blazing. Really good job to solo him out there and take him out. Big shot from Caramel, huge shot with the Spitfire. This is incredible. R301 with a kill in hand. The Gibby ult coming down right now. Spitfire doing a madness. Mizuko also putting down his ult, so he knows that they are safe from his own ultimate ability. The massive shots in hand. Can he do some more damage? Massive damage with his ultimate ability. X Warzone going down. 1 player, 2 left alive. What is going to happen? I don't know where Violent Wolves are right now, but Caramel inside the zone. Mizuko does go down. It kills on 1 HP. He needs to get a heal. This is the lava I spoke about, and there's still 3 squads up right now.
Still 3 squads. He's trying to get the reds here from the Caramel Gamer. At the same time, we saw a beautiful usage of a PK. We're at very, very close to the wire here. 3 squads, Violet Wolves. They are sitting with their full complement. Obviously, the Kara carries have 2 X Warzone, only have the 1 remaining player. We will see how it all pans out. We have no more rats available. All going to be action to close this one up. 30 seconds until we have another round in closure, but here we go. Kara carries, they've been found out. They find X Warzone, they're getting the shots off onto the Ash. They really want to try bring him down. They really want to get this. He repositions to try and stay alive. He's going to take out this PK, but it's not going to be enough. Baboon from the Violet Wolves able to take him down. Now it's 2v2 here. Who's going to get this W? Kara carries. They have the vision. They know where the fight's happening. But the issue is for Caramel, he knows that he's been scouted out 2v3. Will they be able to do something about this? Akil also not looking all that healthy in the HP department. Has some shields up for sure, but if that gets cracked, he's in a very rough place. Caramel Gamer, look at that peak, man. He's looking so hot here with the Spitfire. The question is, though, can he close it out? He's done enough damage that he feels good. Him and Akil pushing up, they're pushing forward. The peak is going to be there. Around to the left, the Bangalore try to go for the pincer maneuver. It's not going to be good enough. Sliding around. Is it going to be the aim there from Karas? It is going to be good enough. Ultimately, they take down the Bangalore. Ultimately, though, they might end up losing Akil as well. Caramel Gamer, can he do this alone? He's got the PK. This is it here, Camceej. He needs to try and clutch this one out by himself. What situation he went? And he actually does it. Clutches it out. Caramel freaking Gamer, the new kill leader at the same time as well. They win the round. They win the game. They get the KP. He makes it happen at the end. Woo! You said it yourself, Cam. A team to watch. And that definitely was the team to watch. 2 series in a row. You predict the winner. What a man.
What just happened? Akil doing so much work in terms of distracting that final player. They get the bang knock. It's a 2v2 situation. Akil deciding to push out, allowing Caramel to heal. Caramel has enough time to heal. Akil goes down. Caramel's left in a 1v2 situation that he really shouldn't have won. And the Spitfire just doing absolute work on the first guy. Second Pathfinder, he just got so close to him and just absolutely annihilated it. Again, heirloom weapons, they are red weapons for a reason because they are extremely overpowered. I think if you had a Vault, it would have been the same story. What a play from the Kara carries. I mean, wow. I mean, again, Violet Wolves also did a really good job. I thought they'd won that once they had the position. Carrie's back was against the wall. They were on that rock. They literally had nowhere to go. There was a lava river flowing next to them, a rock in front of them, and a team all spraying down at them. Somehow they used that Ash ult to get across to another rock, solo out one player, make it a 2v2 situation, and they literally closed that game out. Wow, that was incredible.
That's
Honestly, incredible. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you won that.
He had no business winning that. And it got to, I mean, we were talking about how difficult and complex it is to play around that area when you get to that final zone, how impactful the lava is, the mountain placements, and how much you actually have to be aware of that high ground, the elevation degrees in order to be able to play that one out. With that clutch, though, that definitely puts Carries in a position where they're certainly going to be happy with the point haul, but this is a massive boost to their confidence as well. Definitely looking like the team to beat in the lobby right now. We already mentioned that might be the case, but they prove it to us once again here. And that is game one in the books now here in the EGL Apex tournament, brought to you by Evesports, powered, of course, by HP and HP Omen. Before we get into game number two, we have seen the Carries win this game one. You can also be a winner by typing in EGL Apex into the chat, all in small caps. And at some point during the next game, we will be conducting the draw to give away a 250 Rand Steam voucher. So if you want to be a part of that, get involved, type it in the chat. Also, come say hi. Be involved in some of this Premier Apex, you know? Not every day that we hand out 70,000 Rand, Cam, for Apex. Not every day. It doesn't happen all that often, but you love to see it.
You do love to see it indeed. I mean, these players deserve it. These guys have been grinding. There's been so many tournaments over the past 2-3 years, and it's just been incredible to see the growth in the community and all the new players that come to the scene. Whether it's PC, whether it's console, it's just great to see everybody enjoying the game of Apex. I personally love watching competitive Apex. It's honestly, it can be so exciting. You get moments like that where a team's back is against the wall. There's nowhere for them to go, and I get goosebumps thinking about it. Somehow, some way, they pull something crazy out the bag and manage to bring it back and win that game. Again, like we said, Violent Wolves definitely on the board now. We definitely want to see what they can do next game. I wasn't too sure about them. We were kind of seeing how they were going to perform, and they did a really good job in terms of positioning and their KP, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see what happens in the next game. X Warzone doing really, really well there as well to secure top 3. And yeah, let's see what else we can have in the next couple games.
So for those of you who were watching the game, or even if you didn't, and you're curious as to what the point tally is after that first game, TKO and X Warzone both sitting on 10 points, which is, you know, Cam's been talking about this all day. You don't just have to place highly. It really helps to get some of that KP going as well. And that's why we see these two teams even on points, even though there was a difference in their squad placement. The Violet Wolves, second place with 12 points, and a Carry, 24 points. Man, a victory and a 7K. I'm just still kind of bugging that you got 7 after that game. That's how? That's just not supposed to happen, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think that clip's probably going to be on Twitter later tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if it is with a little bit of juice on it, because, yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to gas him up for it. That was honestly incredible. I'm gonna choke. I can't stop talking about that. Yeah, no, but again, it's World's Edge. We didn't actually speak about the map topic at all. But again, like we said, that area in specific on World's Edge it can be so tricky to maneuver that in Final Zone. And yeah, we spoke about the lob, we spoke about everything. It ended so well. But again, everything was just all over the place, and I think that's why we love Apex. So yeah.
What are we expecting for the second game? Because of course, I do think there were a bit of nerves that you could almost sense from a lot of the teams, or some trepidation about trying to get involved in too many of those early duels. Now that we have had the game sort of play out, we've seen what's happened between all of the squads. One thing in particular that I noted is that there hasn't been one squad that's been able to utterly dominate. We weren't expecting that to happen, and indeed that's what happened. Are we expecting going into the second game more of the same? Or me personally, I'm hoping that what changes is that teams start realizing, on all the squads, recognize that this, in terms of skill level, the only difference is whether or not the other team can clutch us out. Does seem like in terms of the aiming potential, everyone's in a relatively even category. Does it come down now to everybody just try to pick better positioning? Or do you just say to yourself, you know what, these guys aren't that much better than we are. Let's stop playing scared. We don't have to worry about holding out until the very, very end. Let's get that KP going now while we can and try to preempt any surprises on the map.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I mean, I'm not a professional player at all. I'm not, but we're playing in these tournaments and like watching pros that have played in the tournaments and how they play and how they communicate. From my perspective, it's like you get into this situation, you drop, you're looting up. It feels very different to a pub game. I just want people like that watch to understand that it's not a public lobby, you know. It's not a ranked lobby either. It's not a lobby where you go and try get some KP or whatever. It's not. Yes, you get KP, but it's not a ranked lobby. It feels very different when you drop in. You feel like you're in the dome and you're in the zone and you're ready and you need to be prepared for anything. And when you do get into those early engagements, especially on a stage like this, 70,000 rand up for grabs, it's a big deal. So it's not like your whatever pub lobby. It's a big deal. You're on a big stage. You're being watched by people, and it's nerve-wracking. It might not seem like it, but it really is. So you get into a fight. It's almost like, do you trust yourself enough? Do you have that confidence? That's why the confidence boost is such a big thing, right? Like we spoke about in other games where you can drop and get a knockdown, or you can get that first squad wipe, you can get that early KP, you can rotate comfortably. All these things start adding up to your confidence, and you need that confidence to go up. When you do drop and get killed off the bat in that first game, what is going through your team's head? There could be anarchy. People could be getting really upset with each other. Like, why did you go here? Why did you do this? Why didn't you put your caustic gas here? You know what I mean? Like that happens in between teams, and they need to be able to sort out that kind of stuff afterwards and say, listen, guys, we need to focus. We need to play this game. And we need to remember that we are good enough. Like you said, these players are good enough to be here. That's why they are here. We just need to play more smart. You need that IGL to take that role of, this is how we're going to position. This is how we're going to play the situation. You need that fragger to be absolutely beaming, to be hyping you up. You need the hype man at the back that's like, go team, you guys are great, I love you, and getting there to revive you and whatever, you know. You need all those parts to be working, and it's difficult because it's only a 3-man team. You get 5v5 games and all that stuff, but it's still really tough to get 3 people all on the same page, all on the same level, in terms of skill and everything on the same night, you know. Sometimes people hop on and they don't feel great, or maybe their aim's just not on. They didn't do enough aim labs that day, or they didn't do enough jumping jacks and they're not warmed up, you know, something like that. So there's a lot of factors that can contribute to different results, but hopefully these teams can buckle down, get ready, focus up, and play really well in the next game.
I think something we saw earlier when we were watching the ATK lobby is, you were mentioning it more than once, that whenever there would be a single knock on either Volcano, immediately everybody else turns. Defend him, get that knock back onto the other side, make sure we get that res. Instant communication, and it's not just the communication, but it takes a while to learn how to be able to respond to that communication. And of course, we're hoping that all of these teams will have done some of that lab work, not just in the shooting range, but also in the team range. We hope they're going out, hanging out, you know, just spending time on Discord and learning how they communicate, learning how not to yell at each other when things are going wrong. Because often you see tilt happens, and tilt, you know, my playing career is long over, but one of the reasons I don't play anymore is because I used to get way too tilted back in the day, and then probably not a good look. We'll end up losing. Fortunately, all these teams have mastered the art of not tilting, and we're going to show us how well they've mastered this art with a second game of Apex Legends, which is going to be starting here in the EGL Apex tournament, brought to you by Evesports, powered by HP and HP Omen. And with this second map, the Kara carries. They've already seen today what can happen and what is possible if you win 2 maps in a row. The points tally is absolutely ridiculous. If they do manage to get another top 5 placement, pretty much a shoe-in to wind up in the top 40 slots and get into the semifinals tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. How bad is it, Cam, if you're this close and then you lose this map, right? Let's say you're the Kara carriers. If they get knocked out first, how bad will it be for their mentality? Like, will it reset them all the way back to 0, where it's like, oh god, this sucked? Or do you think they're just too good that it's probably not going to happen anyway?
I mean, there's definitely reasons that it could happen, or like a really not great drop and a bad engagement early on, you know. But again, like if it was to happen, I feel like they bounce back. A team like them that just proved how well they can play in that clutch situation. Whereas a team that maybe isn't comfortable with each other yet, they don't know how their friend is playing, they're not like 100% synced up on the same page, they might take it really hard, you know, to go out first. It would really suck. But for Caramel and them, Masuka and Akil, I think they're definitely gonna be all right. And if they're not, I'm sure they'll bounce back next game. But we're loading in now. I want to take a look at this drop ship, see where we're heading. Lava Siphon's got the blue zone again. We know that's the carry spot. So let's see if they're gonna hop on over to that area. Two teams jumping out quite early, one taking Climatizer, one taking Skyhook, which is really fine. Sometimes it's actually better to jump out early rather than later. Don't know if that's a team taking Epi. No, that's not actually. This is quite a few teams heading towards Fragment East. I think Dracon is heading towards Overlook, so they're going to be quite far away. Yeah, again, pretty even spread. Again, with only 11 squads in the lobby, I think they're able to spread out quite nicely and get the loot that they're looking for.
Absolutely. Then Lava Siphon, as you were mentioning, the Kara carriers get themselves in a very good zone. We'll see if they walk away once more with some very nice early loot. And one thing I wanted to actually bring up, the Violet Wolves, who wound up in a very good position last game, they were playing with this Pathfinder, and the last lobby that we saw at Pathfinder didn't actually look that hot. Last game though, Pathfinder actually did quite a lot for the squad, and it sort of functioned as a pseudo Valkyrie, as maybe an option for teams that don't want to play the full Valk but still want some kind of team repositioning advantage without having to play some TPing hero. What did you make of it overall, the Pathfinder? And you actually think he looked pretty decent on it for Baboon?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, this is what I said, right? He's probably way more comfortable on a Pathfinder. So why force him to play a Valkyrie if he doesn't want to play Valkyrie? And he's got his boxing gloves on. He knows what he's doing. He's good with the grapples. His movement is incredible. And again, that's going to work in their favor. And when you need a zip, you can zip, you know. The zips still are really, really good. Having said that, though, Violet Wolves and Staging, actually one team going down right now, which is quite interesting.
One team having to go down in that situation. That was fairly interesting that it happened. Oh, we are... All right. Don't panic, y'all. Don't panic. We're just having a quick rehost. So sometimes these things happen. Unfortunately, as y'all should know, if you're watching this stream, yesterday there was a pretty large update that got pushed. Pretty massive. Regrettably, if you play this game, you also know that updates tend to not be favorable towards the stability of the lobby. So it is what it is. We've been hit with that again, but we'll be rehosting practically immediately just to get back into it. Make sure all of the players have the best foot forward, no major lag spikes. Everything should work. The worst thing, Cam, and we've seen it happen, unfortunately, not just in South Africa, but in international Apex as well, where things are looking solid, things are looking good. You enter a lobby that's just a little bit bugged, a little bit lagalicious, and then you lose, and it's not really your fault, and you can't really complain either. It's a very salty situation if that happens. So, has it happened to you before?
Yeah, it has happened to us before. I mean, again, like you said, after these updates, it's always like something breaks or something happens, and it sucks to load into a lobby where you can't do anything and it's out of your control. So at least we get to rehost now, and hopefully we can get back into the game looking a bit better. So yeah, but I mean, besides that, okay, so now everyone knows where they're dropping. So now do they decide to change their plan? I doubted it. We were literally just getting started, so it's all good. It's better to restart it early. At least you didn't restart it like end zone. I mean, that could have been pretty bad. I'm kidding. That would never happen, obviously. But yeah.
Don't give them ideas, fam. Don't give the dev team ideas.
Zone 2, match end. Wait, what happened? No, we're gonna start over again. I'll imagine. But yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, speaking about the Pathfinder, that's what we were talking about originally. Movement's better on there. If you're more comfortable with him, why not use him? You know, it's just going to be a better choice for you. You feel more confident, and yeah, you can just do better. Be more helpful for your team. You know, there's no point playing a legend if you're uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah, comfort is a major part of just being a professional player in general. Just any kind of competitive enterprise, you need to be able to do it. Get in the zone, right? There's that thing we call like muscle memory. I'm sure this happens to you sometimes. You'll be on stream for like 5-6 hours a day, as you always are. My God, you work too hard. But I'm sure it sometimes happens that you sort of even lose track. You're not even thinking about it anymore. You're just in the game now. You're just there. You're just doing your thing, which is always great, I think.
It's so funny that you mentioned that, because we literally had that conversation today about
snap,
the
yeah?
fact that like you play a game for so long and you just can't you just can't like, you know what I mean? Like you just said, you're just part of it. Like I'm sitting there playing Valorant for like hours. I'm sitting there playing Apex. You're just going through the motions. You don't actually know what's going on. You're not thinking about what you're doing. So that's always sometimes a good idea to actually just take a break from that. I try to touch grass like at least once a week, you know. But yeah.
Once a week? Are you even... What are you talking about, man? Once a week? No. Once a year, man. We're gamers out here. Only grass I touch is in The Witcher 3. That's it.
Oh, man. Great game.
I think also to bring up the point of touching grass, right? As much as it sucks that this lobby bug happened now, it could also be, you know, obviously for Violet Walls, for X Warzone, for the Kara carries, for TKO, they're kind of sad that the fact that we had this lobby bug, because it means that their momentum is a bit halted, right? Because it messes with you every time something like this happens. If you're the teams that ended towards the bottom half, you must be ecstatic that we have a bit of time so you can breathe. Hey, say, guys, everybody relax. We got this. We'll all be okay. But also, we know that these kind of breaks, they can tilt players. And when you have tilt happen, I feel this is probably one of the games where tilt can hurt you the most. Sure, there are other games where it's very apparent when tilt is going on, but it kind of feels like with Apex, given that the team is a lot smaller, there's only 3 of you. It's not like 5 people. Nobody else is there to pick up your slack. Every single person is super integral to making sure that the team succeeds as a whole. And even the in-game leader, how do you even play when you're like, how do you instruct somebody when you can hear they're tilted and you can, you know, you just feel, I can tell this guy, hey man, you need to get this peak off, but you know for a fact that I'm not confident he can do it anymore. He's kind of tilted. So are there any teams that you think might have a little bit of tilt coming into this one because of an extended break?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's part of the game, right? Like it happens all the time. I think most of these players are pretty used to Apex being Apex. It just happens sometimes. And yeah, I don't know how, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It depends. Like, again, personality wise, you gotta, as a competitor, you have to obviously be prepared for bumps in the road that can happen. So yeah, I don't think there's any points in getting tilted. Obviously, sometimes you do get tilted, like, but I mean, rather get tilted when you're like getting farmed by another team, not because the lobby had to restart. You know, I think everyone was kind of unhappy because when the lobby starts, everyone's lagging. It's not one person, there's slow-mo, it's all this other rubbish. Rather restart, we're all on a fresh page. Again, like you said, take that time, everyone breathe. IGL can say, guys, listen up. This is what we did. Again, I don't think a lot of like scenario-based discussion should happen mid-game or in between games. That is definitely something for afterwards. Let's go and look at our recordings. Let's see what we did wrong in each situation. Teams should be doing that, by the way. If you guys aren't doing that as a team, rewatch the games you played from all the perspectives. Find out where you made the mistake, where you guys could have done something differently. Obviously, you can't change it, but the point is to learn from it, you know? So mid-game, guys, listen, this is what's happening. We can't control this. Let's focus up. Let's play. Hype guy got to come in. You got to have a hype beast. There's got to be someone there gassing you up, letting you know that this is going to be the game for you. And then afterwards, you can go back and check and say, listen, this is what happened here. We let this go wrong in this situation. And then you kind of sort it out from there. But yeah, as I say that, we hopefully are loading into the game now with no issues. And we can have all the teams ready to go and ready to do some beaming.
Some beaming, some pew-pews, some relocates, and some just regular old Apex action. Let us get it. Let's get it. Game number 2 of the final lobby that's going to be happening here in the gold tier of the EGL Apex tournament, brought to you by Evesports, powered by HP and HP Omen. After this, we are heading into the playoff weekend. From tomorrow onwards, it's only money matches that really matter. 3 days of semifinals action, followed by a final day on Championship Sunday. 40 teams make it into the next 3 days. Only 20 advance into Championship Sunday. Really can have your entire fate, your entire fortune, literally, with 70k on the line, determined here today. Of course, before we go into it, get a part of your own fortune as well. Type EGL Apex into the chat, all small caps, and we'll be giving away a 250 Rand Steam voucher fairly shortly, hopefully after this game. But here we are. We're in it. We're going to be seeing the character selection. I don't think we're going to have any differences and changes. Probably would make 0 sense to do so. And afterwards, the drops are the most important thing. I'm actually very curious to see now where the blue zone is going to be. But you'll be feeling pretty hard done by if you're the Kara carries and the blue zone has moved right off of where you normally drop. And then we're getting some juicy guns too. Game is
Yeah.
hard, man. But what can we do?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it matters too much. They're still going to get the shields and everything. I mean, there's always an R301 somewhere. Somehow, there's always an R301. There's always a wingman, so I'm sure they'll be fine. As we take a new flight path over the beautiful World's Edge. Thermal Station now, the one. It was a team that was landing there last game, so they could potentially decide. Again, the blue zone can also cause teams to change up their drop location. Some teams will go for the blue zone on purpose. Some teams will also make sure to stay clear of the blue zone because obviously in pubs, it's an area that can be quite heavily contested because people want all the best loot right at the beginning. So sometimes you think, oh, well, people are going to do the same thing in this kind of lobby. So I guess we're going to see now, again, standard procedure for X Warzone straight into Frag East. Standard procedure for the opposite team in Frag West. Lava Siphon's got carries in. And there we can see Zulu Machine Gaming and Corner Carry heading towards Thermal. They're going all the way to the back buildings first. I'm sure they can see if they look around them that there's literally nobody near them. So they should be fine. Their nearest set would be Tree. And that team is quite far away. Aim assist, obviously, all the way at the top. They're a two-man right now. Shout out Loopy. Absolutely insane. Cracked controller player. Really, really good on the sticks. And his friend, I'm Not Freshy. So I wonder what these guys are going to do. Picking up some stuff. Hopefully finding some shields. There is a team actually in front of them. So are they going to decide to engage early on?
That is the big question. And the team right ahead of them is the Infinity Laggers. So Infinity Laggers. Oh, there's some shots coming in already. So it does seem like we're all going to be having an early fight between Aim Assist and the Infinity Laggers. Look at this coming in from Loopy Booger. Gets the clear vision with the Devotion, but doesn't want to actually take the shots down range. Still a long way to go in the matchup. So he's like, why waste these bullets? Let me not complicate life for myself. Let me instead set myself up for later success down the line. Looks like the Infinity Laggers have a similar perspective. However, they are getting a little bit closer, Infinity Laggers, to the position of the Aim Assist. And if Aim Assist don't decide to reposition from here, the next time around, I don't think I'm Not Freshy will be as forgiving with throwing out these shots, especially as shots are coming in towards him. Infinity Laggers, they have the positioning. They're throwing out some thermite as well. Doesn't connect flush though. But it does mean that there is room to escape. In the meantime, I'm Not Freshy throwing in bullets downrange onto the snow. They don't get a knock just yet, but they do force them to have to leave the area. I don't think Aim Assist can stick around outside. They have to get inside, especially as these shots from Blazing are coming in. They've gotten the crack and a knock. And Lemon Trick's elsewhere on the map, actually getting himself taken down, but this fight is still going on. Infinity Laggers will not find anything just yet. They want to push into the building here, Cam. It will not be an easy approach to make, but they at least have locked them down entirely. And they know that Aim Assist cannot have an easy way out. Oh, wait, no, I say that. I'm Not Freshy. Gets completely surrounded. Feels bad. The game is hard. As he's down, he's hoping his team can try and do something to help him out here. You see Loopy Booger trying his best. Did get at least one knock, but it's not going to be enough. TT Verify takes him down, reses the whole squad, and it's going to be right now, right here, already the Infinity Laggers starting off with some KP, Cam.
Yeah, I mean, that's just unfortunate for them. I think in that 2v3 situation, you get 2 knocks. If you just had your third player there, maybe to help take out Verify, but he did a good job to clutch up Loopy again with mad shots with that Prowler. Also flicking on with the Devotion onto the Gibby. I thought he actually had him there for a second. That would have been absolutely incredible. But yeah, good job for them. Get nice 2 KP there. And again, got that whole north side of the map to run around with. And now carries chilling here. Wow, look at that zone. Straight over the team in the bottom left there. So they are going to be in a pretty good position. Carries find themselves in the zone as well. Quite a few teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 teams outside of the zone right now. So yeah, they're going to have to obviously start making their rotations in. Hopefully they got the shields that they want, the guns that they want, and they're ready to move in. Hopefully we can find Kara a Spitfire again because, or maybe we should say not, because that was absolutely disgusting what he did with that last game. Yeah, X Warzone again, just going through fragments, looking for all the loot that they can. Countdown, I don't know if that's 2 or 1 teams. I think the colors are just mixed up a bit there. So I think it's actually just 1 team that's going to be rotating behind HZ towards Landslide. Another team that we haven't actually seen that much of, HZ. Not sure what comp they're running right now, but definitely want to see some more from them. They're known as Sparks. Okay, cool. So Sparks running the Caustic, Gibby, Valkyrie. Not bad, pretty common. Again, Caustic seems pretty prevalent tonight, actually. We did see a Loba once, actually. I wanted to mention that. I forgot. We did see one Loba. Loba also a really good pick, but I mean, I don't know. Some people feel like she's not worth it. I think in terms of escape, really good legend, as well as just being able to find a whole bunch of loot, right? And they deciding to get out. Violet Wolves was the team that was closing in on them. Oh my goodness, Bocheck shots coming in. He's cracked one. He's got 60 on him. Is this guy actually Robin Hood? This is insane. Oh my goodness, what shots with the Bocheck. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Wow, they might actually chase them. They might actually be chasing Sparks. Wow.
That's crazy, honestly. I mean, it turns out that, you know, the Pathfinder, when he's playing well, he can be pretty cracked. That was amazing stuff. And at this point in time, it does feel like as things go on, provided they can keep this... It doesn't seem like they're going to keep the chase going, but that's very good for building up confidence. Things will slow down a little bit on the map. We'll have a little bit of time before the next ring enclosure. Although there are more teams heading in towards the thermal station. We've already got 2 squads in the area. We see the Carries thinking about making their way towards there as well. And at the same time, Sparks is already in that, making that particular rotation. Quite a lot of action might break out there. Okay, the Carries will decide to sit down. What team should we take a look at here? We haven't actually looked at these Water Toasters who we see on screen right now. They're just chilling, man. Doing their thing, having a good time, you know, coming in slowly but surely. They're like, yeah, we probably have to make our way into this middle area eventually. But for now, do we need to rush it? Nah, we're cool, man. We're cool.
Yeah, I think they've got a pretty good position here. The only problem is they need to be careful of the Carries coming in from the train station behind them. I just wanted to say, my man Dracon's running an RE and a charge rifle, absolute power combo. He's got the hammer points and the RE, so let's see if he can do some crazy damage once he's cracked them with the charge rifle. But again, Carry doesn't actually know they're here. I think they might have sniffed out a bit. They might have heard a couple of footsteps. So they do look like they're on edge. They feel like they might be a team here, but it looks like that team is actually kind of dipped out. They want to check underneath this railway just in case there's something here.
Yeah. Caramel is playing this Valk again, so he does get up to get a little bit of vision, but it's a little bit too late to keep the chase going onto the Water Toaster, so they might decide to turn their attention towards Thermal Station. For now, though, they don't really want to move out without having a little bit more information, but okay, there we go. They are making that movement in towards this far side where we already have the Water Toasters stacked up. Water Toasters, if one of them gets outside and gets the high ground, they could actually see this approach and potentially dish out some major damage to the Carries before they get stuck in. But if they don't do that, we've seen what the Carries can do in these close quarter situations. They're getting some vision out now. Fluffy Mega, does he find the angle? There we go. He sees the vision, but it's too late. The gunfire already streaming in from the Carries, and Caramel will get the down onto Fluffy Mega. There will be a res coming in quite quickly, but that opens up space for them to push on forward. The Carries, they're up right now onto the roof. Akil has eliminated Fluffy Mega. Will he be able to get more with his PK? Indeed he does. He take down the lifeline. Dracon is gone. The Water Tasters. Bye! Carries yet again showing themselves as the dominant force on this lobby.
Yeah, I mean, that Ash ult from Akil, just putting him directly on the roof. I mean, Ikara gets a knock. Well, they all get the knock on the one guy. The lifeline does actually get the res, but it doesn't matter because, yeah, just straight on top of them, all 3 dead. This trigger patience from Redex is absolutely incredible. I mean, it is very far away, but I can't help myself but maybe just like tap a little bit, like tick, tick, tick. Just see what happens. You never know. Maybe just tap a few heads. But yeah, anyway, they've also rotated out a little bit. This zone is super interesting because one team normally tries to dominate that central pillar right at the top of Thermal Station, which is the Zuluman and Corner now. They're going to play this top area, but for how long? Because I find that the team that actually plays the bottom of this in the end zone always wins, because the team that has to drop down, you know, you land, it's a mess. You don't actually know what's going on, whereas the team that's on the bottom already knows what's happening. The only place they can come from is up, so they know. But again, Carries in a really good position. They got a team rotating in behind them. I don't know if they're going to see them early on. TKO, it was the team that they took out last game as well. So let's see if TKO can get a good rotation. I think for them right now, they can see this is a really good rotation. They're at the back of the zone. No one's going to come from behind them. But do they know that they're about to run into the reigning champions of this lobby?
We're going to find out here, Cam, as here we go. Gunfire is going to rain in from Carries. Akil has gotten somebody, as Caramel Gamer will end up with a shield crack. They're pushing on forward, looking for a way to continue this here fight. Akil going up onto the edge here. Caramel also being the one to find the first peak with the peak R99. Not going to be able to get a full crack, but things are looking a little bit dicey. They're trying to retreat, but they're not going to let them on the side of the carries. This chase will keep going. Nice shots as they are making sure that even this Wraith who came back in. Oh no, Carol's gonna chase actually through the portal. This might be a trap, but no, instead takes out the PK. It will turn into a situation where he's trying to clutch this one out and keep himself alive again. Will go in with the shield battery, recharge up. He wants to go into these young buildings, but the question is, does he want to make the immediate approach? No. He's going to try float above, get a little bit of vision first, goes in. Who's going to be better on the shot? It's not going to be Caramel. Ends up getting outshot here. Also ends up losing a teammate. Nasuko was down. He needs to go in. He needs to try and find some salvation. Caramel goes in, gets the crack, gets the down. Looking for more here. Gets the Gibby, but Gibby moves just outside of the shield range here. Using the PK. Caramel, stop it! Clutching out yet again. TKO eliminated almost solo by the Caramel gamer.
Yeah, well, Masuko went down there and he saw that the Wraith was on the door. Akil actually came in, played his shield really well, and destroyed the Wraith on the door, and actually managed to take some hits on the Wraith. So really good infiltration from them on that door, and yeah, they managed to take out TKO just like that. I thought TKO had the upper hand there for a second. I just don't think they had enough abilities in hand. Oh, Baboon, you teasing us, dude. We love to see a Pathfinder zipline going up to the high ground right now. 30-30 in hand with the flatline. And here's Crane. Crane with his bow check is very, very scary. And they are making their way towards X Warzone. I don't know if X Warzone even knows that they're here yet, but they're about to get into a huge fight. Violet Wolves trying to climb this rock right now. Gonna get up slowly but surely. There we go. They're gonna take the high ground. Bow check out. And here the shots are gonna start coming down. Let's see what Crane can do. Just gonna try and pick off a little bit of damage again. Their shields are pretty good. Baboon taking a lot of damage right now. He's gonna have to hit his shield back quickly and try get some heals back. Maybe the bow check isn't the best choice. I don't know. I've never seen someone use it actually. But shout out Crane if he plays with it on the regular. I guess it is good, but you have to aim again. Something I don't do, so I wouldn't pick it up by choice. X Warzone deciding to just like dip out of that fight, rather head towards here. And again, random SA squad. That's what I was talking about. Like this position, you just hold it. You don't move from this position. You can't leave now. That's the only problem. So I mean, they could guarantee themselves a really good position, but yeah, to drop down now with the triple take and R201 is not going to be the best choice.
Absolutely not. You have to sort of hold this position as long as humanly possible. Take zero risks. A lot more squads are finding themselves moving in here towards the thermal station. I think they'll be forced to do the same eventually on the side of the Violet Wolves. They are recognizing that, yeah, that's the direction of play. Still quite a bit of time, though, before they're forced to do so. So can let this one play out a little bit. Things are looking like this is going to be a very scary last couple of rounds if they do let it tick over. How many rounds did we get to last time? 6, right? That was the final zone. So let's see if we get that far again. Carnival trying to find some vision, see where everybody else is at. However, I might run into X Warzone here. Needs to be a little bit careful. And if he does see them, go to the shots. Kara is actually going to go all the way up here. Oh, Kara gets the vision.
He's got the Kraven and he's just checking who's there. That is, you see, this is the problem with Volk. Like, it's so easy to get information. Go and check how many players are up top on this silo. But again, the zone is not pulling towards these guys, so they are going to have to drop off regardless. The zone is covered by lava and 2 different heights of terrain. It is going to be a bloodbath because this end zone is horrible. I found myself many times in this end zone, and it is so difficult to play because you one step from falling off a cliff, and the team at the bottom there, Blazing and Verified, are putting themselves in a pretty good spot. I think they were the team right at the top, if I'm not mistaken, that took out Aim Assisters at the beginning, and now they're finding themselves in a really good spot for this end zone.
Some shots flying out from X Warzone as do have some vision being caught out by the Ash. Still, I think the primary idea here is not really to get the full knocks, but to create space so you can advance forward. The Kara carries, they might want to take a fight here because Caramel Gamer is sitting with a full Kraber, wants to be able to use it. Kara carry needs to be careful. KD out getting dropped down on top of them. There's some beautiful gunfire going up. They will be able to, with the kill, take out TTV. Verified. He's Verified dead right now unless the team can help him out. Doesn't seem like it's going to be too much of a problem. They get him back. Oh man, the shots coming in from Masuko. The Mastiff, baby. 1 shot, 1 kill. Going to be 2 down. And that is half the team. Most of it of the Infinity Daggers removed. We see Blazing X realizing that, well, just like last game, I'm out, boys. Valk out.
Oh! He hit him in the air. What? He hit him in the air.
Caramel Gamer one-shots him with the Kraber, mid-relocate in the air. What a player, man.
Oh my goodness gracious me. He just shot him out the sky.
Is he playing Apex or Duck Hunt, fam?
I don't know what he's doing, honestly, but I was talking about their rotation and how good it was. And yeah, they've just... Carrot just went and pushed them. They obliterated that team, and it looks like it's on to the next, really. They're not going to hold the position. They're ready for another fight. They want more KP. They want this other win.
Easy for anybody else, though. It's just shy of a minute before we have the zone coming back in for us. And Ex-Warzone, in the meantime, they're busy throwing shots downrange here around the thermal station at the bottom. They're trying to make sure that they can at least ensure that once they come down on the side of random SA squad, there's practically no options for them. Cara carries are still running around with this Kraber, and feels like Camera Gamer is looking for an excuse to use it somewhere, but sadly, nobody is obliging him, so Violet Wolves, we'll see them being a bit more obliged with this hemlock shots from Hell Rogue. Unfortunately, not able to connect flush with any of them. Noir is going to be Baboon here, looking for these long shots on the 30-30. Nothing doing so far. They will have to try and push in if they want to try and make this happen. It doesn't seem like they're being helped out by these long-range shots, but he's creating some space here for Carnival to try and create a bit of an entry point, but doesn't seem like it's going to be possible. Does feel like Violet Wolves probably best served by just retreating from this one.
Yeah, I mean, they got a pretty good position here on the edge of the zone. Still got high ground, still out of sight of the carry, so they should be safe from any poking. As I say that, they start poking each other. But yeah, there's two of the teams up top here. The other two teams are all playing at the bottom. My goodness, a kill. 110 damage on that guy. That guy needs to run. His head just got shaved. He needs to go and heal and relax. Ex-Warzone still alive. Random squad still alive as well, chilling at the top here. They are going to have to rotate in the next 30 seconds or so, and their rotation is going to be straight into Ex-Warzone. Ex-Warzone does know they're coming, so it's going to be interesting. Sparks, I also see, also still alive at the bottom of the screen on the left-hand side, so they got a good position, again, in zone. But from there, they have a very difficult rotation over a zip line, and yeah, we're going to have to see what happens.
Zone enclosure is coming, so this play is going to get forced out. The Cara carries in the meantime, though, will get some shots from Akil downrange onto the Sparks lineup. They see them, and they want to try and punish them, make sure that they don't have an easy way to push up. Fortunately for them, the zone will close just at their backs, but that does mean that they are sort of stuck in this area. They are playing with the Valkyrie if they want to look for the reload, but after what we've seen from Caramel, maybe that's probably not a good idea. They'll just be like, yeah, not today, not today. In the meantime, Ex-Warzone, the fight finally being forced against the random SA squad as the zone has forced them out of position on top of the thermal station. Not gonna be a full squad removal just yet. Oh no, they got them. They got them. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. There's pretty much, like you were mentioning, it's pretty much impossible to play and drop down and play from that area, and they end up getting punished for it. Now though, a new fight breaking out between the Violet Wolves. Baboon taking quite a bit of hurt here. Unfortunately for him, will be forced to try and hide away. Ex-Warzone. The two teams are downrange from each other. They know that the zone enclosure will be pushing them and forcing them towards the carry. So you'd like to get some of these kills now while you can, before you have to run into that Kraber of the Caramel Gamer.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're trying to actually grief the Violet Wolves, because if they can get the Violet Wolves down, they can at least Ash ult onto the top. But Carry is just deciding to go full send right now. They've got the stuns, they've got one knock. He's going with the massive Masuko, ready to take some shots, wingman in hand. Not connecting any of those just yet, but they do have one down. I'm excited to see what Ex-Warzone does, because they need to make a rotation as soon as possible to get onto this high ground. Akil getting another knock into Hell Rogue. The Mentrix going crazy with the PK as well. They actually are up top here now, and it's going to be Ex-Warzone head to head with the Caramel Gamer squad.
Sparks is coming in. Sparks just reload in. They're coming in for this fight as well. So they're joining in too. All three squads
here they
are
go.
going to be here in the final zone. It looks like this might be the final fight, Caramel. They are going to be in contest. And big ultimate dropping down directly onto Sparks. They didn't have a shield available to help them out. They're taking so much damage. They've already lost Kabuto. Will they be able to bring him back in time? They need to be careful. They are surrounded at present by the Cara carries, and the Cara carries with too much damage are going to be able to eliminate the entirety of Sparks. Caramel Gamer out with the R99. Hold back to the Kraber for now in case he needs it. But they have gotten what they need here. him in a kill. Oh, there's going to be some damage coming back in. They've actually lost Masuko. This is a bit of a dangerous scenario. Caramel, can he do it again? Can he clutch this one out? No way. Goes into the shield. They've taken out one knock. Oh, he gets knocked down. Caramel Gamer will end up dying in X Warzone. This time around, they will not allow Caramel to clutch it out. They will take the win. And game 2 belongs to X Warzone. Belongs to the crew of Lemon Tricks. And unfortunately, because they win, they're proving you right so many times tonight, Cam. Kara carries an X Warzone down to the wire, and those are the 2 squads you said we should keep our eyes on.
Yeah, I know the 2 highlight squads literally doing an absolute madness. I mean, again, X Warzone played that perfectly. Sparks were kind of like a thorn in the side of carries there. They needed to decide if they were going to go in and finish this team or if they were going to wait a bit, and they decided to go in. They did eventually finish off Sparks, but at what cost? Masuko going down, a 2v3, the Gibby ulters come in from X Warzone, and they played it absolutely perfectly. Violet Wolves also doing a really good job there to get top 4, but getting stuck between, again, a rock and a hard place between the 2 toughest teams in the lobby. And yeah, not managing to get out. X Warzone, he had enough time to heal up, get ready, and then obviously go back in for more action. Wow. What an end zone. I enjoyed that end zone. That was crazy. Kara coming with the no-scope there, but X Warzone inevitably coming out on top with the 3v2 situation.
Yeah, it was a little bit too good for them, and like you mentioned, because they expended so much effort dealing with Sparks, nothing left remaining for the team of X Warzone, and that is going to be, you know, still a very positive placement for them, right? You end first in the first lobby, second in the second one. You're pretty much okay with this. So going into this third game, you probably are not really that worried about a situation where you just wind up losing, or you wind up completely bombing out of the semifinals. So both of these teams probably looking good to enter into the next 3 days of semifinal action. The question is, who might be the team that also tries to get a big point toward here? Of course, we have come a lot closer, I think, than we wanted to one team being dominant, but X Warzone, it put a stop to the Karakari's madness. It is a bit scary here. I am quite concerned, right? Because Violet Wolves, I think they should have been able to really clutch that one out. I think Sparks got a bit lucky that in terms of their positioning on the map. But it worries me sometimes, Caramel. Or Cam, sorry, I'm just thinking of Caramel here.
I mean, those Kraber shots, I don't blame you.
You know, just it worries me a lot that a team like Sparks, HZ, they got to this end game position, right? We saw obviously in the previous lobby that it can happen, that just simply sneaking around, try to be a bit of a rodent can help. Unfortunately here, it worries me that they've got such an extreme set of results. Very poor in game 1, got eliminated fairly early. Top 3 in game 2. For game 3, the fact that they can't rely on their own skill here, are they worried potentially about missing out on being able to enter the semifinals? Or is it just good enough to be like, guys, we got lucky with riding once, let's just try ride again, not worry about trying to push the envelope in order to get into finals weekend?
Yeah, I mean, they probably... I don't know how many kill points they had, to be honest. I didn't check. Again, their positioning was really good, managing
0.
to get top 3. Oh, they had 0 KP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for them, oh man, I want to say, like, their positioning was so good. So I really think that if they can play another game like that where they can get into their final zone, that's also great. But obviously the KP does matter to an extent, especially in these kind of games where you are trying to qualify and you have these teams, these top teams that are just doing so much work in terms of kill points that even if you were placing well, you might not get in because you don't have enough kill points. So yeah, let's see what they can do. I mean, I wouldn't say count them out just yet. Maybe they come out firing on all cylinders this next game. What I can say is though, the team of Violet Wolves, I think this is their game. I hope I don't jinx them. I think this is their game. My 2 highlight squads did what they needed to do. Violet Wolves have been so close both times now, and I think this is their turn. This is their chance to really show everybody that they also mean business and they're here to play. And I think they can do it. They got stuck in a very sticky situation last game. Their positioning is going to be better this time, and I definitely think we can see them coming out on top. Yeah, let's see what they can do.
Speaking of teams that come out on top, or people that have come out on top, of course, Karakaris did it in game number 1. X Warzone did it in game number 2. Another person who has found themselves coming out on top is our boy, lover boy Murphy ZA. You, sir, have won the 250 Rand Steam gift voucher. So all you need to do is holla at us in the chat. Just say, hey, it's me, I'm here. And one of our admin team will get in contact with you in order to grant you your gift for the evening. Thank you for joining us for the night. And everybody else who did enter, but unfortunately didn't win, as you can see, we keep our promises. We're not just forcing you to participate in chat for nothing. You actually can get something out of it. So make sure that you are joining us, not just today, but on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and on Championship Sunday for an opportunity to win something for yourself. Here from EGL Apex, brought to you by Evesports and powered by HP and HP Omen. Before we did a little bit of shilling, Camceej was busy talking about the Violet Wolves. Another reason I'm hoping that they do very well here is they're the only team today, Cam, that's done well with a somewhat atypical lineup. They have, we've seen teams do very well, say, not having a Valkyrie, but you still have the Bloodhound, you still have a Gibby. They have Pathfinder, and they have the Bangalore. Having those two, it's kind of bizarre, but they make it work, and they make it look like it's 3 patches ago. It's like, yo, this is actually pretty buck. Why did we ever stop doing this?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, again, that position they're in, like, I'm trying to think about it now post game. Obviously, when you're a caster, you have a lot of different perspectives on the match, and when you're in game, it's very different. Like, that little section you're in is all you can think about, and you're trying to get cover, you're trying to take shots, and it's just so crazy. But from a caster's perspective, the way they played that Bangalore ult was so good, but where do they go from there? Because the Bangalore ult forced the carries to get off their back a bit, but they turn around and X Warzone is right behind them. You drop off the cliff, you're in lava. Like, there's nowhere to go. I don't know if they were running a Valkyrie, but to redeploy there as well. I mean, when you got, yeah, again, the Bocek guy was in their team, so at least he wasn't going to get shot out the sky. But you got someone like Caramel that's holding a Kraber and shooting people out the sky. I mean, you don't want to redeploy. You're too scared to do that. I don't know where they go in that situation. I honestly don't know where they go. Like I said, I really have high hopes for them. I think they're going to do really well this game. Their lineup is awesome. I love the fact that they're playing legends that they enjoy. And like we said, the Pathfinder was really good. I don't know, maybe you drop down there into the lava and they can find a way to zip to one of the carts that are over the other area. I really don't know how they would have played that differently, but again, that's something they can look at a bit later. They still did really well to get top 4. X Warzone obviously playing everything right. I thought they were in a really sticky one as well when they were stuck on the other side, and then I realized, oh wait, they have Ashe and they can literally just TP right to the top, so it doesn't matter, because I was like, they don't have Valkyrie, how are they going to get to the top? Like, they're literally going to be stuck in the lava. And then I realized they had Ashe. But speaking of that, we are heading into the character selection screen now, because we are going into our final game of the evening. Can we see anything more crazy? I don't know, because it has been insane so far tonight.
It has to be crazy for this last game, because it's not just the final game of the evening, but the final game of the Gold Seal group stage, because after this, it's only playoffs. After this, you're not playing for points anymore. You're playing for money. Them sweet, sweet Bugattis that dosh in your back pocket. So with that in mind, we're expecting them to play like it's going to mean something tomorrow. Of course it will. I do not think we're going to be getting that many surprises. Now is not the time to try and do something strange. Now is the time to put all your cards on the table, keep your ducks in a row, play it properly, the way you've been training up until this point. I am, though, hoping that with this last game, I'm hoping that we get vaults. I want to see more creepers. Just give me all the OP stuff once. Put it all in the game. Let's go. Let's make it simple for ourselves. Well, simple for us. Very difficult to be in the lobby where you're just like, my God, I peek, I die. That's not fun. This is not enjoyable. Very fun to watch though. So that's what I'm hoping we get for this third final game. And for a lot of the teams here, Cam, this is not just the final game of the night, but the final game of the EGL Apex tournament at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you think about it like that, it's very, very scary. These teams don't want to be going out now. They want to be getting into the money positions, like you said. So let's see what they can do. It's all up to... It's all happening right now. TKO, I did see picking up an Horizon, actually. Horizon, a legend that was so highly picked a couple seasons ago, just because of her ultimate ability and the way she can like suck people in, and you can just spam nades on it. Someone that we don't really see that often anymore, like I said, because probably taken out by the Valkyrie meta. So I'm keen to see how they use this Horizon in this game now. Again, drop's probably going to be looking pretty similar, besides the fact that there's 3 teams in Skyhook. Wow. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. Let's see. I don't know which teams it are. Which teams it is, because yeah, maybe some of them do want some KP, but also at the same time, yeah, guys, you saw what just happened. Let's maybe chill a bit. TKO, here we go. This is Horizon I was talking about. I'm excited to see what Please Spectate Me can do. Yeah, we're spectating him now, which is great.
Hey, that's the kind of name that to catch the eye and attention of our observer. So shout out with that naming convention. Indeed, it is still going to be a little bit of looting early on here before we see anything start to really happen. However, we do see that the Violet Wolves, they are sort of preparing for a fight, even dropping down some thermite here from Craneable. They are ready for some kind of engagement to happen, and they're not wrong. There are several teams in the vicinity. We see the Infinity Laggers. They've actually just already lost Kenny here. Some shots flying in as well. Craneable eliminates Kenny. Infinity Laggers will have to recover the banner, but there's no res available right now. And TTV Verified cannot help out Blazing X either, as Blazing, trying to run away from these shots, has to get around the corner. Whoo, that was close. Very, very close. But now they're going to try and push up. And it's not just them that's pushing up. It looks like TKO want to get involved in this action as well. It's Palti, this Bloodhound, sitting with the alternator. Has a 30-30 in the back as well. Oh, comes right across the enemy Givy here. They do manage to take down TTV Verified. Palti and Please Spectate Me get the full knock and kill there. This is going to be problematic. You're already down in the situation to one person in the squad. Blazing SX, definitely. I mean, this keeps happening to them. Where early on, Blazing SX is supposed to just run away and fly away because it's like, hey, boys, you're all dead. I'm just going to try to rat this one out and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean, geez, shame. He's got a lot of weights on his shoulders right now to try and stay alive. But yeah, it looks like those two teams, TKO and Violet Wolves, might potentially get into a scuffle pretty soon. But while they are resting, we're going to check aim assist here in Fragment. The other team that lands Fragment is X Warzone, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah.
It is. Yep, I thought so. So X Warzone moving to the west side of the city. I don't know if aim assist are planning on just aping them completely or what their plan is exactly, but I think they're going to meet up pretty soon in one of these buildings, and we're going to see a fight go down. Again, 30-30 is being picked up, which I love to see. You were speaking earlier about the heirloom weapons. How fun would it be actually to have a game where the floor loot is just Volts, Krabers, G7 Scouts, Spitfires?
What?
I mean, a game mode with only heirloom weapons, I think that'll be insane. But we can't do that right now. What we can do is watch Loopy Booga going crazy with his R301. We got a really good position there from Freshy. He's using the God spot on the corner of the window. Loopy pulling up now. They do kind of have a pincer on this top level, but again, to get in is going to be pretty tough. Freshy taking some hits there as well. Leveling up to blue. Loopy 10 away from blue. But they are in a 2v3 situation again. This is the problem we found themselves in the last game as well, where they can get 2 knocks, but the third guy is just a little bit too much. They weaken him, but he's not going to get it. Some nades going out as well. Going to be healing. They got to watch the bottom. They got to watch the top. Arcstar is flying in. This is going to be really tough. Another nade. Oh my goodness. Is this like a nade factory? Oh, and here the shots coming from Freshy. Massive in the one hand. He might go down here. Loopy's getting shot from the left-hand side. It's all up to Freshy again. He does have a massive in hand, and they go down to the likes of X Warzone. The Mentrix did actually go down in that situation. So again, they do manage to get the knock. It's just not enough. But again, shout out to Freshy and Booga. Really talented players and amazing people in the Apex community.
Great players, and it's a little bit unfortunate that they are one of the teams that's playing with 2 instead of 3, but they still did remarkably well. However, this fight seems to have drawn some attention because RJK also want to head over in that direction. We'll see if the fight will keep going there as we pay attention to the Violet Wolves. Pathfinder almost in a position to have the full ult left. Then we'll see if they decide to use that to try and reposition. For now, though, they'll be happy to just keep getting the loot, not really find themselves in too many frays. They've already gotten a team knock more so, or a kill rather for Craneable. So you're fine. Let everybody else take each other out in the meantime. RJK, we see them still looking downrange towards where the side of the X Warzone are, but X Warzone are like, we've gotten enough out of this, boys. You know, maybe we can just leave. Y'all can have the loot. We're fine. We're gonna peace out.
Yeah, I mean, they can just rotate back through towards Frag. But again, this zone, it looks like a pretty similar zone that we saw in our first set of matches in game 2, if I'm not mistaken. That Giza pool that goes to the right corner of the map. The circle is actually covering so much of the land that's inaccessible. So you find that the actual area that you're playing with is so much smaller than it really should be. And we see Carries heading towards that location now. Violet Wolves also still alive here. I don't think they fully engaged with the other team that was here, at least. I think they all decided to kind of back off and just take a chill pull. Leave it for the end zone, boys. Blazing, again, still alive, looting up in the cave area, doing his rat things, taking his advice from my man Pickle, and hopefully he can get into a good spot. And I guess he can't get the banners, he can't revive, so he's gonna have to literally just play the corners and manifest his hiding energy.
You know, what I want to see, honestly, is I want to see Blazing actually make it to the top 3. That would be so funny to me.
I mean, we've seen it before. These guys they can do unspeakable things. It's crazy. Sometimes it just works in your favor. Oh no. But the Bloodhound scan always has to ruin it for us. He's got 74%. Again, it's only zone 1, so he could actually just sit here and wait for his ultimate, redeploy and get out. But this team... He's going to take the shots at him anyway. Oh my goodness. Okay. And now he's going to get out.
Okay. Looks like he will be able to leave. Will be, well, not able, but not allowed to, but able to do so, despite the best efforts there. So he's out, he's gone. It is zone 1, and he's almost at the full level for the redeploy, so it should be good in that regard. Blazing SX will keep the team somehow in for Infinity Laggers. Meantime, for Violet Wolves, they're actually in a big fight here. They find themselves getting a knock. Cranable trying to get away with the rest, with Baboon rather, since Cranable was already taken out. Now Hellrogue is the last person standing, has to try and somehow make it all happen for his squad by himself, sitting with the car, looking for the angles inside the building, looking for the way to run away. Gets broken. Not sure if he has a battery to prop himself back up. He does indeed, and he will utilize it, but it's a very scary situation because he knows that he's out of luck, out of options, and indeed he gets taken down. That is going to be the Violet Wolves now not having the option. This is the team we wanted. Camceej, the Costa's curse was too good, too real.
Again, I blame myself for that one. I can't believe they actually went for that fight. They had so much time to fight TKO in Skyhook, and they only took the fight now once the zone is gone. And I don't know if you've seen, but this zone is very far away from Skyhook. So, yeah, I mean, TKO getting some really nice KP there, managing to finish off Violet Wolves. I really think Violet Wolves needed a good placement there, but we'll have to see about that after the game. Carry's under some pressure right now with the likes of Josh and his boys. They do manage to finish the one. I don't know if the other one has actually just disappeared, or if they're going to decide to chase him now into the Giza area. I don't know how Caramel also always has gold shield, by the way. I just wanted to mention that. He's had gold shield like every game.
Alright, so I think he just spawns them in the same way that Volcano spawns vaults.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. That literally makes a lot of sense. Wait, there were so many teams inside the Giza area, now there's no one. I'm very confused. It looks like Sparks is coming up on Carries, though. They can have a fight right now. Hitch seems to be the last one alive in his team, but that's besides the point. He can just go and chill in Giza. I don't think Carrie's going to let them go. I think they really are going to try and full send onto this, finish the games off with a bang, drop right onto Sparks. I mean, you can see the confidence from a kill here.
Sparks is gone, though.
Not scared.
They redeploy. Bye! And there's no Kraber this time around for Caramel. So, wait, I say that? No way. Not with the R3. Come on, dog. Come on. Please relax. Please respect us, Caramel. And Sparks will be allowed to escape. It looks like they are just going to try and adopt a similar strategy. Avoid everyone. As soon as these shots start flying in, it's fine. We'll get out. The KP sucks not to be able to get it, but we need the squad placement a little bit more, or rather, we're more confident in getting that squad placement. And they get out, leaving Carries to try and maneuver the rest of the map alone. Things have slowed down somewhat, and look who, check this out, top of the epicenter. Look who it is chilling at the top of the tower. Well, has just left now, but our boy Blazing, still alive here, Cam. Still keeping things going, still making it very difficult for all of these squads to find and kill him. Just trying to cheese this one out. And they're aware, it seemed, on the side of X Warzone that somebody was around the epicenter, but doesn't matter if you're aware of him now because he's already left. He's out. You're probably not going to catch him. And given the way that this ring is pulling, I doubt there's ever going to be that much reason to scout him out in the areas that he's taking to try and escape.
Yeah, I mean, for him, he just needs to try and hug the edge of that zone and get all the way to Overlook, and he can he can just play the end zone on that corner. Hitch, obviously, putting himself in the middle of the final zone. I don't know if he knows that the zone is closing there, but it's a pretty good spot to be chilling right now. Sparks, obviously, had a good relocation as well. They can chill in no man's land, or no name city, or whatever it's called, where the houses are. They can chill there, loot up a bit if they want to. Kara and them going to the top of Giza. I mean, look at the zone, right? Look at probably about, what, 60% of it is covered by inaccessible areas. And then another 20% is actually underground tunnels. So the actual place where you can physically chill and fight is so minimal in this final zone. So I think we're going to see teams fighting a lot earlier than expected. Blazing obviously can hear me right now. I think he's in Discord with us. I'm just kidding. He's obviously not. But he's heading towards the overlook area. Oh, no, but Hitch has decided to go there as well.
Okay.
So now it'd be a rat versus rat situation. I think he's heard him. No, maybe he hasn't.
He's doing the proper rat play, man. Here we go. The
Wait,
full
but Blazing
crouch.
is right above him.
Oh my god. Who's gonna
Yeah,
find
Blaze
him
is
first?
above him.
They know. They both know. They're both away. They're both away. Oh, and there's actually going to be a redeploy by Sparks. They have full range. They see Blazing. Oh my gosh, this is an awkward place to be for Blazing. He's got one full team on Sparks right in front of him. Hitch is right underneath him. Practically no direction to go. He needs to try and redeploy. Looking for this accelerant play. They don't want to really go too hard in onto him, but it's going to be a while that he has to try and crouch here. Hopefully that the redeploy comes sooner rather than later. Because if he stays here, he's dead meat for sure. Oh, he actually...
He doesn't
oh,
know- he
no.
doesn't know the blood
He jumps down and immediately hitches right in front of him for RJK. Gets the knock, gets the kill. Infinity Laggers are out. And Hitch is just like, oh, sweet. Ooh.
That was a
the
gift from
other
the gods.
Yeah.
He just fell down into his lap. Flesh damage and everything. Oh, wow. Well, that's good. Again, Sparks putting themselves in a peculiar position. I don't normally see teams playing the top of these, just because of the fact that there's literally no cover. They are aware that Hitch could be behind them. But this overlook area, there is an area at the back that you can actually rotate back around the mountain. So, yeah, but Hitch, again, just in his corner. He doesn't look too phased about much. Carries have rotated all the way through now. They're back on the other side. They are hungry for blood again. 7 squads left. Like I said, I think a lot of these fights are going to go down now as this zone pulls in, because there's not much area to fight in the next one. So we're going to see them doing some damage. Oh my goodness. Carry getting absolutely beamed right now. He needs a bubble. He needs to heal as soon as he can. Luckily getting the Masuko bubble there. Gibby ult coming in. I don't know. I think that's Masuko trying to put some distance between them and I believe it's New Warzone that's actually pulling up in that area. Because Sparks is obviously already relocated to Overlook area. There's a lot of teams in this area and it's going to be pretty insane.
See some shots going out downrange from Carries. They have spotted out X Warzone now as well, so more combatants have become involved in this particular fray. X Warzone trying to get themselves back. Carries looking for this chase forward because Caramel Gamer wants to try and get this vision. Sees them. Gets the shot downrange with the R3. Nice break onto the Ash there. This is going to be problematic for the side of X Warzone. They'll actually get a knock as well. Fox able to get the full kill in the meantime onto RJK so they can maintain their position on the overlook. Carries, they want more than just one knock. They know that there's most likely has been a res. What can they find here? Masuko opening the range. Wingman shot doesn't connect proper, but the second one will. This is going to be a quick crack. Akil takes out Zesty. This is looking more and more dangerous for the side of X Warzone. They fled right now into the tunnels, but here comes the side of Carries to chase them. Nice usage of the portal there from the Ash, but it's not going to be good enough. Lemon Trick suddenly the last person standing on the squad here of X Warzone. Very far away from where the rest of the fight's been happening, and the way it all panned out is like, yeah, probably for the best. Wasn't involved in this. Will just be forced to stick around the overlook area as this ring is closing in, but that's going to open up space here for the Water Toasters as well to try and get involved in the overlook.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how Lamentrix got there, but that's besides the point right now because Water Toasters and Sparks are going to be fighting together. Lamentrix is hiding below. Fluffy taking a position on top of the water tower, but just not having any cover and actually getting finished right away. Water Toasters have a really good position, but they need to be a little bit more conservative here. Hitch also, by the way, getting taken out a bit earlier on. Has he seen him? I don't know if he saw him below there. I don't even know if Lamentrix is still alive. Is he below there? I swear I saw him moving.
Still chilling.
He's still chilling and Carry's just pulling it right now. They are not bothered. They can't be arsed, dude. Absolutely frying Lulu Pie, unfortunately. And the Bloodhound is the last one left alive. They're going to finish him off quickly as well. Quick armor swaps for the boys. And then they go back onto the next team. Like I said, 5 squads left. I mean, not much Not many teams left. Gibby ult coming in from Sparks. This is where we can see Sparks do some real damage now. If they can manage to take out the carries, this could be their opportunity.
That's what they are able to accomplish here. Sparks, though in okay state, I suppose. The question is, will this remain the way? Lemontrix is prepared to just try and rat this one out, so we have more than one rat in this particular server right now. Most of them have been killed, but Lemontrix still remains. Caramel, though, going up onto the water towers himself, looking for some easy quarry here. Needs to be careful. We've already seen several players die in this very precarious situation. Trying to get the cover and ensure that Masuko is allowed to escape. Looks for the peak. There we go. R301 getting some good damage out. No shield crack just yet. Gonna try and get the shots right next to the care package and can't hide between the care package or the crate. And oh no, they came out. Sparks lineup. Okay, they've been scouted out by Caramel Gamer. He now knows that they are actually pincered. So they actually might decide to get out here. Not the best place to be for the carries. And indeed, Caramel Gamer gets off the water tower, calls for his squad and says, let's redeploy, boys. We are not about this life. Thank you. And I'm pretty sure none of y'all are good enough to shoot me down in midair. So we're out, baby. Let's get out of here.
I mean, what is their plan here? They're going to land right on this other squad. They're pretty much checking everybody in the lobby right now because there are so many teams in this area. Lemontrix doing really good at just staying alive right now. TKO kind of stressing a little bit because this team has dropped on them. Do they know that Sparks is right behind them as well? And there's another team on their right-hand side. I believe it's SA Randoms that are pulling up to the fight now as well. Spitfire in hand for Typo. They're going to have to try and decide. Do they push? Which way do they go? Because they are sandwiched now and they need to make a play towards one of these teams. That's going to be the best bet. Is it Sparks or is it carries? Maybe taking a detour to the left here. But they will also meet up with Lemontrix if they go this way. Arcstar's coming out. The Gibby Dome is not going to beat anymore. Volt shots coming out. Massive shield broken right now from Please Spectate Me. Can he get the Gibby down? Typo also doing mad damage here. There's two down from Sparks. They've got TX. They've got Red X. There's only one left alive. Can Paddy do it? Please Spectate Me. Getting shot from somewhere. I think carries have decided to join the party again as well. Typo about to go down. There's too much happening. They need to finish the other squad. The Volt shots coming in from Please Spectate Me on 1 HP. Oh my goodness.
Are you kidding me, man? 1 HP. Lemontrix is also still alive somehow. Looking for some way to play the edges of this fight. Please take me. It's a 2v1 with the squad. One hit, one crack, one hit. There will be a quick death. Oh, please take me. Indeed ends up getting knocked down. There's no way that you're going to find this res safely. They do get the scan though. They know though, on the other side, they know that they just need to make this push happen, and that's going to be a full team elimination for TKO. They're trying to utilize the shield play. Masuko, though, in the meantime, being able to take out somebody else. They take out the random SA squad entirely. They're eliminated in 4th place. We're down to the final 3 squads here. Shield play. Will it buy enough time?
Goodness.
I think it might. I think it might. The shield play bought enough time. Has it. No! Coming in with the shots around the corner. X-Warzone gets taken out. Lemontrix dies. And now, unfortunately, TKO forced to abandon Please Spectate Me. But Palti, in this position, you know, you have the zone to the ring in the back. Enemy team coming at your front. How on earth can you clutch this one out? And the question, or the answer to that question is you will not. Because the carries, they pull up. Not necessarily the same like standout last minute clutch situation, but just smooth as silk here, Cam. They wind up taking game number 3, their 2nd win of the evening, and being shoo-ins for the semifinals because they've done it well in the final game of the gold tier.
I mean, wow. Yeah, they... yeah, well, great game. Again, just showing absolute dominance. I mean, I don't know if that's the confidence coming through from the game 1 or what it is, but they just kept it together so well. Their rotations, their movement, their redeploys, everything just working into their favor. Again, Lemontrix doing a really good job to stay into the top 3 there. He just got caught out between both teams. I think if he could have pushed through onto TKO and get that final kill and then be in a 1v3 situation, obviously getting the top 2, but I think X-Warzone did a great job as well. Going to be in a really good spot for the seeding process in the next stage. But yeah, carry is looking like a serious force to be reckoned with, as well as ATK. I'm really, really excited to see how these teams battle it out against our DNMKs, our Nibbles. Oh, there's so many more actually. So I'm not even going to name them all. I'm just excited to see how they perform against the best of the best in the next few days.
Best of the best indeed have managed to qualify as the top 40 squads into the semifinals of the EGL Apex tournament. And from there, they're hoping to get themselves into Championship Sunday, where they'll be competing for a sweet, sweet slice of that 70,000 Rand prize pool. We have concluded now the gold tier group stages. All that's left is the playoffs. All that left is getting into the money. And unfortunately, what's left for the evening is for us to sign out. We have done some incredible Apex. We've seen some great stuff today. Before we close this out, Cam, give me a highlight. What's the best thing you saw today, right? Actually, from both lobbies. So I know what you're going to say for lobby 2.
For lobby 1, definitely ATK going back-to-back, showing some really big plays there. I really think that they played really well tonight. And compared to the first time I watched them, they've definitely sorted some stuff out internally and just started working really hard. And I'm excited to see what they do in the future. Highlight for the second lobby, definitely, I mean, it has to be the Kraber shot out the sky, right? I mean, I think people are going to be talking about that for weeks, and I hate that because Kara's not going to let it go. I can guarantee you he's going to tell absolutely everybody. But that's why we love it. It was such a great game. And yeah, GG to all the teams, man. Honestly, it's been such a great night of Apex. Hope you guys enjoy watching at home. And I just can't wait to see more and more of this action.
There is certainly more to come, and more is coming right around the corner. So we'll be closing it out for now. Another thing to mention is not only have the Kara carries and the ATKs of this world been winners of the evening, remember we had our boy, lover boy Murphy ZA, who won a Steam voucher to the value of $250. Every single day that we do this, we give something back to you. So make sure that you are tuned over the course of the next 4 days to not just enjoy the Apex itself, but to get yourself some goodies from on us back to you. But with that, we're going to be closing it out for the night. Camceej, thank you so much for everything. What a G, what a legend. But before we go, make sure that you are following the channel here on Twitch. Make sure that you head on over to Twitter as well. Follow Evesports SA. And of course, make sure you go follow at Camceej. Mans is lit, Mans is cracked. And you want to be keeping up with what he's got going on in the gaming world. That's it from our side here at Evesports. Until tomorrow, where we begin the run into the grand finals. Playoffs will begin after this, and you do not want to miss a single second of that action. So you should be following everyone to keep abreast of it. Until then, myself, Snare, with Camceej, signing out. Thank you so much for joining us. Shout out to the admin team who made this happen in the background. And of course, shout out to Evesports who have brought you all of this. And shout out to HP and HP Omen who have made it all possible to happen. Until tomorrow, we'll see you then. We love you. Mwah! We'll see you then.
Peace.